The following podcast contains naughty language and ridiculous situations. Listener discretion is advised.
Thanksgiving is one of those holidays where, up until quite recently, has been largely ignored in the horror universe. There's Blood Rage from 1987, which is a total horror of a slasher. Did that make any sense? Probably not. If you haven't seen it, I strongly suggest that you do. It's corny and goofy, but well-meaning. And then there's the Thanksgiving franchise. The less said about those, the better. I know, there's a cult following. So sue me. Pilgrim, The Last Thanksgiving, and the Amityville Thanksgiving are others that are best forgotten. Believe me. But last year's slasher Thanksgiving from Eli Roth is probably the best holiday that celebrates Turkey Day. His best work by far and takes itself kind of seriously. If you haven't seen it, I give it a strong recommendation. It's especially fun for those that are local in the area that it's set in. Of course, you know it's from the fake trailer Roth directed for the 2007 double feature Grindhouse. Now, it did keep the aesthetic of it looking like an early 80s slasher, and that's also why it succeeds, as that trend has died a slow and agonizing death. A sequel will surely follow, and I'll be at the ready, will you? And welcome to Trick or Treat Radio.
Welcome to episode 644 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is the world's most dangerous podcast and is recorded in front of an undead studio audience here at Castle Wolfenstein. Also, the lair of lost swag within the Raven Chateau and Casa de Negative 0. We are live for the 644th week in a row. Well, I guess technically we weren't live in the early days, but we're doing our 644th episode in a row. And on this week's show, we're going to be adding a little Viper into the Thanksgiving spread and talking about the Street Trash. I wouldn't call it a remake. I don't know what to call it. Remake, requel, reimagining. Well,
the director Ryan Kruger has professed that this is a sequel.
Yeah, I remember he said that. Mm-hmm. So it is I guess we'll say it's a sequel then. And it is Ryan Kruger's Street Trash. We'll be talking about that in a little bit. But before that, we always like to fucks with a little bit of small talk. Right, Shadow?
Fucking yeah, boy. I'll fucks with some small talk, Wolfie.
Getting all raw.
Oh, yeah, we're getting lubed up over here. I got the gimmicks flowing. It's nice. Daddy's off tomorrow.
You going to hang out with your dad tomorrow?
No. That's another fucking podcast. That's my.
Why would you say
really?
That?
Daddy's he just referred to himself as Daddy.
Wait, did you just refer to yourself as Daddy?
Yeah, like Poppy.
No, Jesus Christ, that is eerie.
What?
It's fucking creepy, okay?
Yeah.
Do not do that ever
it's
again.
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Yeah, we're telling you, it's weird. Don't ever do that again.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, you're freaking us out.
All right. Well, your boy's off tomorrow.
Call us buddy, man, dog, whatever. But like when you call yourself daddy, no.
Oh. All right.
Daddy,
all right. Well, now I know.
Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. You say that when you roll the dice?
Clackety, clackety, clow. Daddy, clackety, clackety, clow. Daddy needs a fucking oil tank. Fucking 5 thou.
Daddy needs an oil change. Just get right up in there and get him on the highway. And what is he saying? And
really get it.
Oh, shit.
How's that feel?
It's Mary Jo Berber. Well, shit. I'm fucking everything up. What's her name, MZ? We're talking about moving violations. Mary
Jo Sperber.
Wendy Jo Sperber. That's it.
Wendy Jo
my God.
Sperber.
I said Mary Jo. Yeah. What? How's that scene go? When she gets goes for the oil change.
It's like we'll get y'all. We'll of course, she's mistaking the doctor that she's
Right.
speaking to as an actual doctor.
Yeah,
instead
yeah.
He's a doctor of cars.
Yeah.
And he's laying all this vernacular on her that sounds like it could go both ways, cars and personal health. And we'll get you up on the rack. You'll lube you up inside and out. Believe me, I'll do a thorough job.
Yeah.
I got the best tool in town.
Oh God.
And that is Fred Willard.
Yeah, the great Fred
Dr. was-
Willard. Yeah.
The late great Fred Willard.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh my God! What was the fucking line from Best in Show? Fucking. What
Hey,
was his
what
catchphrase?
happened?
It will happen.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, what happened?
Brother.
Okay, I think I found the scene. Hold on. I know we've played this before on the show, but it's just so funny.
You can never get enough.
I know. She's at the auto clinic.
Yeah.
I have an appointment with Doc Williams.
She has a neck
Joan,
brace
right
on.
time. I love punctuality. Why don't you come this way? I am a little harried right now. I'll tell you, why don't you wait in my office? I think you'll be a bit more comfortable in here.
Okay.
And we'll get to that examination in a couple of minutes. I am dying to get at your rear end. She's ready to go, Mr. Kolanowski, and purring like a kitten. I'll see you back.
Kolanowski. I'm dying to get to that rear end.
Want to back it up for Mr. K? Okay, Joan. I'm ready for you now.
All right, Doc.
Let's go take a look at it, shall we? Follow me, please.
She's naked now, by the way.
Shouldn't I be wearing a
Holding a
gown?
towel.
Don't be silly. We're not that formal around here.
Yeah, she's covered a bit. She's covered her bit. Yeah.
All right, Joan. Excuse me. Hello, the clinic. Yes,
The
Mr. Armistead.
clinic.
Yes, sir. Could you hold a second, please? Joan, why don't you get it up on that rack and give me a holler as soon as you're ready? Yes, Mr. Armistead. I see. Well, that's the same problem we had in the past, isn't it, sir? Is there a constant vibration?
God, there's so many doctors in here. What's this? Gas analysis?
Gas
All right, all I'd like you to
analysis.
do is bring it in as soon as possible and let's recheck it. No, I want you to bring it in immediately, sir. Let's nip this in the bud. That's my motto. Deb, how does your week look? Thursday's impossible. How about
Oh.
Friday at 2:30 p.m.?
All right, Doc, I'm ready.
Roger. You can. Fine, I'll see you on 2:30
She's
on Friday.
naked on like a car lift. Oh, what? It ended there?
Fuck it. Play back the entire message, Wolfie.
Oh, that's annoying.
Oh, that's fun. I love the little gasps of unbelievability that
Yeah.
comes out of her mouth.
Legend.
She was great. She's dead too, and I adored her. I thought she was so funny.
Yeah,
she was
she's really
so
funny.
entertaining. She was so
Underrated.
entertaining when she did movies or TV. When she did like Bosom Buddies, or
Oh, yeah.
one of the last things she did was a show called Babes. I'll never forget it. It lasted one season, and it was a story of 3 plus-size girls that all lived together, and just typical sitcom fodder.
Yeah.
But if it had Wendy Jo in it, I was watching it.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to find that scene to see if I can.
Let's see. And Back to the Future, and
Oh, yeah. She was
yeah,
sister, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
When everyone out there knows Wendy Jo Sperber. I mean, she was a quintessential character actress in the 80s,
Mhm.
and she was just fantastic. I mean, she was in everything. You know her. And Moving Violations was a fantastic comedy that all three of us fucking all popped for.
Yes.
It starred Bill Murray's younger brother.
Mm-hmm.
He starred
John Murray.
Scrooge.
John Murray.
John Murray, the great John Murray, who actually played Bill Murray's brother in Scrooged.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Such a fucking fit.
Oh, and Sally Kellerman,
Great Sally Kellerman.
Jennifer Tilly was in it. Ned Eisenberg was in it. The higher ranking, the guy who Commandant Lassard worked for. No. That was the story behind that. The guy who played the captain in that movie, he was slated to be the original Commandant Lassard in the original Police Academy, and he turned it down, and he ended up taking this job in Moving Violations. Let me see who else is in it. I don't want. It's not Stacy Keach. It's
Stacy
Keach's brother. It's God damn, I can't remember his name. Anyway, yeah, he's in it, and
he plays Sergeant Sedenka. That's
Stacy Keach.
That's Stacy Keach. Okay,
that's Stacy Keach. Yeah.
Let me look at that up then.
And Stacy Keach was great too. He appeared short amount of times in 2.5 Men, where he played John Amos's gay lover.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, it's James Keach.
James
Keach.
Yeah.
That's it. Yes.
And did you mention? I was looking something up, but did you guys mention Jennifer Tilly?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And Brian Backer. Yeah. Fucking love
Ratner.
Yeah, Ratner. Yeah.
Now the funny thing about Brian Backer. Now the funny thing is Brian Backer and Ned Eisenberg both were in the film The Burning.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Ned Eisenberg. I did find I found that scene, the rest of that scene. So let me.
Nice.
Here we go.
Will you two guys please check out that rear end?
Okay, so now what?
He threw his pen. Or it wasn't a pen, it was
the
wrench, yeah, or whatever gauge, yeah. Oh, I guess that wasn't the scene where he says really
No, that was it was before when they were just walking out of the class.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was thinking of. But yeah, it's oh god. I own a one sheet of Moving Violations, which really pissed off Raven Shadow because he really wanted it, and I'm like, get the fuck away from me! I'm buying this.
I think I told you about it too, and you were like, "That's pretty cool."
Not just clinic, the clinic.
Here we go.
We do the finest diagnostic checkups in town. Doc Williams at your service.
I would love to talk to you about this problem I'm having.
That's what I'm here for. What seems to be the problem?
Well, no matter what I do, I just can't get going in the morning.
That could be your valves.
Really?
Have you had your pump checked lately?
By a specialist.
I should probably take another look at it because when that goes, you die right on the spot.
Oh, God, I know.
Do you ever overheat in the stall going up steep hills?
I don't believe so.
You should probably have a major overhaul. Check everything inside and out. Do you leak much?
Several times a day.
That's no good, is it? Every place you go, you leave those unsightly puddles. Just so your neighbors cringe when they see you pulling up their driveway. What about your rear end?
What about it?
Does your rear end make noise?
That's a bit personal, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, I am up to here in my work, but what I will do, I'll lube it up. I'll get inside there and root around and find out what the problem is. I have the best tool in town. Trust me, I'll do a thorough job. In the meanwhile, here's what I'd like you to do. About an hour before you get going in the morning, drain out your water, flush it out of there completely, take in a lot of oil, then grease up that back end, get out on the highway and go as fast as you can for 9 or 10 miles.
Really?
Yes.
No one's ever said this to me before.
As I say, I'm a professional. I can lick any rear end problem you can bring me. In fact, I do a lot of celebrities, too. Just last week, I reamed out Roger Moore. He was totally satisfied. Matter of fact, he's coming back next weekend for a complete rear end job.
Oh.
Break's over.
Complete rear end job. I gotta watch this movie again sometime soon. Holy shit.
Fucking masterpiece.
All right, well, there you go. Moving Violations, everyone, if you haven't seen it.
Oh, fucking! I still quote the line she does, when she's like, "How can I be a hypochondriac when I'm sick all the time?"
Yeah.
And I mean, the only thing that kind of gets a little, well, actually a lot annoying, if you, and it's hard to ignore, but John Murray does everything he can to be like his brother Bill. I mean, it's
he really does. Yeah.
It's so brutally obvious. I mean, I mean, if you know Bill Murray's type of humor back in the late 70s, early 80s, you'll know what you're in for. And it's like, it's like Bill Murray doing shtick, but you got John Murray doing it, and he looks like an incomplete version of Bill Murray.
He's like the bargain basement Bill Murray.
He's like the Wish version of Bill Murray.
Yeah. Bought him off of Temu.
But you figure though, I mean, like, there's a lot more Murray brothers than we thought. I mean, like, I didn't know until years later that the dude from Caddyshack,
Brian
and
Doyle
also
Murray.
Brian Doyle Murray, the great Brian Doyle Murray, Wayne's World, and
Caddyshack and Three Stooges, and just a ton of stuff.
I'm sure. So if they're all around each other, I'm sure they have certain inflections.
Sure.
I mean, MZ, you and your brother are fucking remarkably different. But I mean,
especially now.
But like, even three of us though, like, we kind of do the same material sometimes, depending. We obviously finish each other's sentences or go for the same punchline. If you're around somebody long enough, you're gonna bring in certain
for sure.
Mannerisms or whatnot.
But typically, you don't act just like them.
Yeah, for the longest times, Raven Shadow and I were on the same menstrual cycle.
It's true.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. We never wore white at the manor. That was weird.
No.
By the way, look at this, guys. I'm having some leftover hot sauce.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
You just pounding it down? Oh, you're eating. Okay.
Yeah, I'm eating it right now.
Okay. Yeah. Did any of you guys face any
lava
rectal issues afterwards?
Nope.
Or
nope. I went to go see Fred Willard.
You got reamed by Fred Willard.
He had the best tool in town. He took care of you. No problem. Yeah, I didn't have any issues either. I saw the doc at the clinic too.
I canceled my appointment.
Were you okay, Raven Shadow? I was a little concerned.
Yeah, you weren't the only one. And I'll straight shoot, like, for those, and I'm glad we're talking about this. Like, and I watched actually some of the video from this past Sunday, Patreon, Trick or Heat Radio.
Play back the tape.
Play back the tape. And that was a shoot. I lied to you guys, but no, that was a complete shoot. I got fucked up. And I was trying to be tough when we went off the air. And I'm like, oh yeah, and I was working it, brother. But no, that was a big shoot popski right there. All that was fucking real.
What? See, he's so used to lying to his doctor that he lies to his friends about like how his body feels.
Right? He'll never be truthful to anybody.
No,
except
for the guy at the corner store. When he asks how many packs do you want.
That's true. That's just funny about that. Mary and I were getting a bottle of wine for Thanksgiving today for you to bring over at Mother's house, and the guy was like, "That's all you're getting?" He's like, "You should get it up," like, because normally they have my 2 packs of Winston Lights, and then he's always giving me a hard time. If I get an 18 pack of Coors Light, he's like, "You don't want the 30?" I'm like, yeah, I fucking do.
Like, dude, shh. I'm gonna fucking blow my cover.
Yeah, man. Like,
for you bastard.
Yeah. But no, that was a big shoot popski. But I took a picture though. I lined up all the 4 bottles and I took a picture of it. Maybe I'll put it in the chat. The fucking second to last one, that I poured that a lot. And again, to be fair,
that was the one that was watery, right?
It was shitty, is what it was. It fucking hurt. Yeah. But I was wearing my sunglasses in a stock down by the bar, and I poured out the most in that one. Legit.
Yeah, because that was the one that was really watery.
Yeah.
So I can see that.
Down. Yeah.
Well, let's not say too much, because if people want to check it out, they can go watch it on Patreon. And Creepy Girl in the chat room says, Happy Thanksgiving. Says, I watched the Hut Show. Raven Shadow was making me laugh so hard. Your pain entertains Creepy Girl, Raven Shadow.
Yes.
There you go.
Well,
Your pain is everyone else's pleasure.
Well, I'm happy to amuse you, Creepy Girl. Happy Thanksgiving.
And also, Angry Townsman says, Happy Thanksgiving, guys. What's up, Angry? Good to have you aboard, man. So, yeah, so we're going to be talking about street trash. And, yeah, we did do a Patreon live special. We actually did it live. And we'll talk a little bit more, not too much more about it. But when we do the Patreon little promo, well, we'll talk about that. But let's see. Yeah, it is Thanksgiving here in the States. Raven Chat, when do they celebrate Thanksgiving in Canada?
Like in like fucking October, like
Yeah.
the way it's supposed to be, right? Like, I mean, because I'm glad you asked this, Wolfie. And if you want to read more about this topic, check out the internet. But because it makes more sense, right? Wouldn't you'd have it before the harvest, right? You'd have it in the fall. I believe it may have been Roosevelt. I'm not sure that in 19 whatever the fuck declared that November fucking 26th will be a national day of thanks, and that's what we in turn, in fact, celebrate Thanksgiving. But it's kind of like a fabricated fucking day, arbitrary day, where when the Pilgrims brought the smallpox to the new land and stole New York for like a bag of nickels, it would have been before the snow came, like if you were MZ in Maine. That's one to grow on.
A bag
Is
of
that true?
nickels.
That's true.
Well,
Yeah.
I was enthralled by what you're saying. It doesn't matter if it's true or not.
Yeah, well, when history becomes fact, print the legend. If you ever saw the, the man who shot Liberty Valance. But you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it would make more sense. It's in October. And that would be dope, too. They talked about that. If we had fucking Thanksgiving in October, you know what I mean? With the fall, travel's better. There's no snow. It gives you a little month reprieve before the holidays, and you fucking got to deal with that shit. Eat the same fucking food. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah, I hate the snow, man. Not just like 10 minutes ago, it was starting to it was lightning out.
Lightning or lightning? Like ride the lightning or ride the lightning?
Lightning.
Like thunder and lightning?
As in
Oh,
lightning.
thank you.
I thought he meant the snow was lightning, like it was slowing down.
Right?
Oh, is that what you thought I meant? Okay, no. I mean like thunder and lightning, like lightning.
Very, very frightening. Got the shovel, got the shovel. I'm sorry, MZ. I don't want a shovel. I got to burn out some gas in my lawnmower tomorrow. What do you think of that?
Well, you still got Aries. Aries still lives near you. You got him to do it.
I don't know. I can't plow. I can't have my house plowed.
Tear up your
Why?
driveway, right?
Yeah, because I'm on a hill and there's no way, because I have that what do you call it, retaining wall gimmick coming around.
Gimmick.
And then I have all those bushes on the sides, so like there's nowhere to put it. And I have access to people who plow, but I can't, so I got to fucking manually do it. Or I got my Craftsman, I got my electric, I got little blue, my little R2 electric gimmick, and then I have my red Craftsman in the shed.
I don't know what you just said.
It was fucking smart.
My Red Craftsman? Is that like a brand?
Craftsman is a brand.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, I don't fucking know.
God damn it.
You never heard of Craftsman?
Well, I have, but I mean, when was the
Right.
last time I don't know. I've never used a snowblower, so I don't know.
I'll fucking show you, brother. I'll train you.
Wow, and I thought Raven Shadow didn't like to do yard work.
I don't like to do it, but I fucking have to do it.
Exactly, that's life. I don't want to do it either, but I have to.
Well,
Yeah.
even if I wanted to, I can't. I've been living in apartments for the last like fucking 15 years or whatever, so
I'll give you a fucking insert.
they do it for you.
Oh.
But, You got to rent.
Yeah.
How's that mortgage rate, Shadow?
$5,000 for an oil tank, Wolfie.
Yeah. Oh God.
Jesus Christ! This is your personal 911.
No, whoa.
No,
Jesus
Oil tank,
Christ, come on.
oil tank, oil tank, oil
I am
tank,
thankful
oil
that
tank.
I had capacity to fucking be able to do that. It just sucks. All I'm saying is that like $5,000, that's a lot of fucking tattoos. It's a lot of fucking drugs.
MZ,
It's a lot
at 5,000 is a lot of fucking money. I would
Yeah.
also be fucking bitching if I had to buy a new fucking oil tank.
Yeah, but it happens. I mean, at some point, it's going to happen here. You know?
Yeah, and you'll bitch about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I won't be bringing up on the show for the next 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh, you just say how tired you are.
Well, that's
Thank
a
you.
constant.
I know. All right, Marion says, creepy girl, he was making me lol so hard. And then she says,
she LOL'd out loud.
yeah, she lolled out loud. And then she says, happy turkey day, guys. Happy turkey day, Marion. Or tofurkey day. Or turducken or whatever the fuck.
Or as the Maru says,
Happy chicken.
Happy chicken, my friends.
Happy chicken. What else is going on? Is there anything special or exciting or different or anything like that in the world?
It's gonna be pretty soon. So I give thanks that we have one more month before we watch the world burn. That's dope.
It's already starting to burn.
But yeah, I could smell it. I could smell the burning embers. Did anybody die?
That would be more pleasant than some of the other stuff we could talk about.
Yeah. Did somebody die recently?
Well, the guy who played the slasher in the original Slumber Party Massacre, he passed away.
Aw.
Yeah.
We're all grieving, MZ.
Yes. Well, you know, what are you gonna do?
Oh, in other news, in which nobody gives a fuck except for me and MZ, there's a lot of rumors going out there that the Red Sox are going to sign Juan Soto.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Raven Shadow?
I saw that in the chat for a fucking 12-year fucking deal. Really?
Actually, that's less than I thought he was going to get. I thought he was going to get a 15-year deal, which he could still.
That's how old is he?
He's 26. He just turned 26.
That's like, what was Manny's deal that lasted forever? Like Manny had a.
He only had
geez,
like an
I don't
8-year.
remember.
He only had like an 8-year deal.
Yeah, and that was big back in the Dizzle, man.
Right.
Like 12 years. Fuck you, man.
Yeah, but if you don't pay it, you don't get him. So, Manny had a 8 years, 160 mil back in 2001, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
How
thought it was
different would it have
2.
been?
Let's see.
Thought it was
It might,
02.
no, you're right. You might. It probably happened at the end of 2001 for the 2002 season. That's probably what it was.
Yeah.
Because it was in 03 they were going to trade Nomar and Manny for A-Rod, right?
Yeah, heading into 04.
Yeah.
Yeah.
04.
Yeah, that would have been crazy, huh?
Fucking.
So, I mean, nobody cares. So I guess I won't talk about Juan Soto. I'm just excited about. He's my favorite player. So,
Oh, really? Okay.
it would be
Where does he
awesome
play
to
for
have
now?
him. Well, he played for the Yankees last year, but it was just
really?
it was just 1 year. He started on the Nationals and won a World Series with them when he was 19 years old, and he was the MVP.
Oh.
And then he went to the Padres for like a year and a half, and then he got traded to the Yankees, and now it's the first time he's a free agent. So he's like
wow.
he's basically like the modern day Ted Williams. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. He's ridiculous.
yeah,
What position?
he's outfield, but if he signs to Boston, he'll play left field most likely against that wall.
Okay, look, Manny.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is Juan Soto was a huge fan of the Red Sox when he was a kid because he loved Manny and David Ortiz and Pedro, all Dominican players.
My God, fucking Double D hangs out with those guys all the time.
I know. That's crazy.
He's like, I was
right?
over Pedro's house.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's fucking awesome.
It's crazy, right? Fucking Double D, man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I was watching
yeah.
I was watching some clip. I watched the Netflix special Sox winning.
Oh yeah,
when
the comeback, right?
the comeback when Millar got drilled by who was it? I forget who it was. But then fucking he's like, who do you want? And fucking Pedro went out and fucking drilled.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was that was against the Yankees.
Yeah, during
'Cause he-
the 2003 ALCS, I think it was.
Yeah, who was that fucking guy? Oh man, who was the guy that he almost hit in the head? Fuck.
Oh,
I
You're
can't
not
remember
talking
his name.
you're not talking about Zimmer.
No.
No,
I'm talking about
no,
the batter.
player,
The batter that he threw,
oh.
that Pedro threw out.
because
God.
he bounced off. It bounced off the bat. Bounced off his head, and then he drilled Jeter. Oh, who the fuck was it? God damn it! Fuck.
Bernie Williams.
No. He was fuck. He was just sort of like a
Not Elvis.
journeyman kind of player. Kareem Garcia. That's it.
Oh, that's right, Kareem Garcia.
I don't
Yeah.
think that's true.
No, it is. It absolutely is true. It's Kareem Garcia.
On the 03 team?
Yeah. In 2003, Pedro Martinez threw Don Zimmer to the ground during a brawl in Game 3 of the ALCS between the Red Sox and the Yankees. What led to it was Martinez threw a ball behind right fielder Kareem Garcia. Garcia popped up and yelled at Martinez. Zimmer, the Yankees bench coach, objected to the pitch. Zimmer charged at Martinez, who stepped aside, and Zimmer fell forward. He sort of rope-a-doped him. He'd stepped aside, but he kind of like helped him along. He didn't push him, but he just sort of like
He just grabbed him by the head and just
and
like
pushed him
like,
away almost.
just did
Yeah,
that.
it was like Olay.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a fucking like.
Like a
he
bull,
just kinda-
like bullfighting.
Yeah. That was a different game, I think, bro. I think that was a different game. The Millar hit. It was the game where Pedro pointed to his head, like I remember.
Oh, that was Posada. That was Posada.
It was Posada. Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't know.
this one here, 2003. So I think the one you're talking about was 2004.
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, Pedro did throw a fucking Kareem Garcia in this one, so
Yeah.
that was
Pedro was
in the
awesome.
playoffs. That was in the playoffs.
Oh, fucking Pedro's the best. Dude.
All right.
But that was because Clemens was
Yes.
Yeah, he almost hit
hurling
Manny.
heat at our guys.
Yeah, Manny got pissed because
Yeah, Clemens hit Millar. Millar looks fantastic, by the way.
yeah, he looks better now than he when he played.
Right? He must have been. It's so funny looking at those guys. I know we'll stop talking about that era, but they were like probably in their late 20s, early 30s, and they looked like they were in their 40s.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of like
Well, that was
People
the
of that
chicken
era.
and beer era.
yeah, oh yeah, fried chicken and beer. Yeah. All
No,
right,
it was doing the shots, but yeah.
Actually, the fried chicken and beer, that was John Lackey. That was when he was on the team. So that was a few years later. All right, enough of that because people are people are gonna fucking drop off like flies. I don't care about hearing about that shit.
We just Patreon.
Yeah, we'll just talk about baseball on the Patreon. There you go. That's one surefire way to get more Patreon supporters. Oh man. Someone says, let's see, who is this in YouTube? It just says R. I don't know who R is,
Oh.
but
Yeah, it's my boy, man. That's my boy. You guys know
Oh.
R.
R.
Oh, of
Captain?
course.
Yeah. The Megaton van back in the day.
Oh.
The Triumvirate. Yeah.
Oh, okay. 3 letters.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, of course. Okay, well, there's a lot of people on the internet, and I wasn't sure. Just seeing an R, but it says Raven Shadow, not afraid to tell it like it is.
Thank you, brother.
That's his gimmick. unless you're a doctor,
Unless you're a doctor.
then he is afraid to tell it like it is.
He tells it like it isn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yep, that's it.
Tell it like I wish it was.
Yeah. All right, let's. I don't know. Why don't we just start moving on to the fucking movie?
Yeah.
Like wrap this up. We'll get into the movie because it could be a lengthy discussion. We'll see. But
Well, it's been a long day for everybody, and the tryptophan
speak
has
for
been
yourself.
coursing through my veins. So
I didn't eat any
Did you
fucking
guys stay?
turkey. I'm
well,
fine.
of course you didn't.
Well, I didn't do. We didn't do anything today. We had waffles. That was our thing in the morning. So
Turkey and waffles?
no, just waffles. Evil Corny says, "What up, guys?
Hey, dude.
What up,
brother.
Corny?" So yeah, why don't we just do that? So we'll talk about the Patreon in a moment, and we'll tell you how you can support. So if you guys do want to support the show, the best way is through Patreon, patreon.trickortreatradio.com. You can head on over there, and for as little as $2 a month, $2, you can help support the show. And with that $2 or more, you can go up into $5 tier, $10 tier, whatever you want, and you get access to our exclusive Patreon episode. And in those, it's a separate episode from the weekly show. It's one we do just specifically for Patreon, and that none of that stuff will ever get released otherwise. It's just for Patreon. So if you guys want to get in on that, you can go ahead, join the Patreon. If you're in the $2 tier, you get access to all the audio. If you want to go up from there into the $5 tier, you can get the access to the video podcasts for the Patreon, and also some additional perks. And then you can get up into the highest tier for $10. And in that, you get your own Patreon takeover if you want it. And what that means is once a year, you get to come on the show. You get to program it. You pick 2 films or a film and a discussion topic, whichever you prefer. Most people choose the films. And then you get to come on and join us and co-host if you are inclined. Not everyone takes us up on that, but if you want to, that is available to you. And we also do some live stuff. We just did a live show this past weekend, and it was fun. Raven Shadow, you made Corny have to put headphones on because people thought he was watching porn while listening to.
That was corny.
Because we did a hot sauce challenge. We called it the 4 Circles of Hell, and we did sort of, I wouldn't say it was like a game show, but we had it had a theme. There was 15-minute segments, and each segment had a topic of discussion, and we had to settle on one film to fit into one of the circles of hell. I go into more detail on the episode if you guys want to listen to it, but I thought it worked fairly well. We got 15 minutes to eat one wing doused in sauce, and there's 4 segments, and each segment the sauce gets hotter. And I think the conversation did too, because it made for some interesting situations.
Yeah.
And
I just gotta bring up and thanks Marion for the fucking ice cream that she brought.
Oh
down,
man,
dude.
she saved your ass. Yeah.
Oh my god, I was in a
Next
fucking
time
world of
too,
hurt,
did
bro.
you try peanut butter? I can't remember, Raven Shadow.
Yeah. She brought down some peanut butter and.
Do you have crunchy or is it creamy?
I don't know. I'm not sure when
You don't
how
know.
old that bread was either.
It was crunchy going in, but I'm sure it was creamy going out.
Oh, probably creamy coming in and crunchy going out.
Yeah, no, I was a brother, man. My digestive tract is a fucking tough son of a bitch. I'll tell you that much.
Well,
But
consider what
taste-
you put in your body. I would not be
Yeah.
surprised with that
Yeah.
analysis.
Yeah, people were like, oh, it has fucking gluten in it. Yeah, I can't have gluten. And I'm like, yo, I fucking consume a pack of butts a day, and this has shit that was in the fucking concentration camps. I'm not fucking worried about your gluten, dog.
Yeah, well, there's no gluten in cigarettes, is there?
No, I buy Winston Lights.
Oh, okay, that explains it.
Gluten-free Winston Lights.
No gluten and may cause premature birth weight. Fuck it. Fuck do I care? Like Bill Hicks said.
So when are you going to give it up, Raven Shadow? I mean, it's like 20 years fucking like passe, man.
It's 20. I started smoking at 20, and I'll be 48 in about a month from today. So here's the thing, though. I've already quit twice. I quit for a month when I had
Yeah, you quit
fucking
quitting.
wisdom teeth taken out. Yeah. you know, because I fucking bully myself, make my do what I put my fucking mind to. No, but like I quit for a month when I had my wisdom teeth out, and then started
because
again.
you had to.
Right, because I was scared about dry sockets.
It's because you had to. You should have just kept it on, man.
Yes, and then I quit again when I had my cataract surgery for 15 days, not in a row. So I can do it. I'm just not gonna. Yeah.
Wow.
Really not gonna.
You're not gonna until it's too late.
So do you still wake up and listen to Kid Rock every morning? Like that's something you did 20 years ago.
Kid Rock. Fuck Kid Rock. Kid Rock
So,
is fucking
okay.
SYD.
All right. So why don't you like Kid Rock anymore?
Because he's a fucking piece of trash. And
Okay. Why do you still like nicotine then?
Because it fucking makes me happy.
Nicotine is a Nazi.
It's not Nazi teen.
It's Nazi teen now.
I thought it was Irish.
Yeah. Nicotine. I'm nicotine. Hey.
Nicotine.
Oh, I'm the smoking fucking what do you call it? Leprechaun. I'm nicotine. There was actually a PSA called "The Adventures of Nick, a Teen," back in the day.
Like a teenager, 18, Nick a teen.
Yeah, Nick a teen.
Nick, parentheses, a teen.
Should we
Nick
call
a
you?
teen.
Should we call you Nick or Mr. Dick? Dick.
I'm nicotine.
Dickatine.
Fucking
So
smoking ain't hit. In fact, it's a drag. Yeah.
So here's the thing: like you reevaluate your stance on someone like Kid Rock because you found out he was a piece of shit. So why don't you reevaluate your stance on nicotine? Because it fucking kills people, like just like some elected officials.
We're gonna get into it.
Call fucking Trumpotine.
Fucking. Here's the thing, though. Listen, drugs are pretty important to a drug addict. Okay, and tobacco's a fucking drug.
Look at him lighting up another.
Yeah, I know. I could quit anytime.
No, I'm trying to quit right now.
Yeah, the only time you quit is when you put the cigarette out of your mouth.
Yeah,
but no.
When he puts the cigarette out, he's like, I'm quitting now until the next one.
Time to go to bed, Ollie. Until tomorrow. But like
smoking's not till mañana.
I won't smoke till mañana. But I have so much tied into this. Like that's what you'll never understand.
Much tied into. He's like, I've been just doing it for 28 years. I might as well just keep going now. Like that's a big investment.
Well, can you imagine how much money do you think you've spent on cigarettes?
Oh God,
no! I buy a couple of fucking oil tanks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you could buy 3 of them probably.
But then I would say, where's you guys' fucking Ferrari?
Oh,
I'll wait.
You haven't seen it? I haven't been up there in a while, so you haven't seen it yet.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, yeah right.
Yeah,
a lot of
mine's
fucking
rotting
space,
away
Wolfie.
in the snow right now.
Yeah. But I have so much tied into people I've met. Women in my life, like so much of because of smoking is because of tied into meeting fucking like hanging out with you guys, with meeting Joey Tron. You know what I mean?
No.
So
we didn't hang out with you because you smoked.
You have so much tied into it. What does that mean?
What are we, 8th graders?
But like it's just because you're out and about, you're smoking butts, you're in life, you're in the fucking streets. You know what I mean? You're just around.
You're in the streets.
People see you. You know what I mean? And again, and you meet awesome people. Like, and I was again quoting Bill Hicks, but like when you meet other smokers, anybody that willingly ingests things that will kill them has a plucky view on life. And it's like we should be friends now.
Raven Chow's a smoker in the streets and a toker in the sheets.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, well, Bill Hicks isn't around.
Yeah, I know.
Well, he had pancreatic cancer, to be fair.
Well, did his pancreas smoke?
That's not possible.
It might have. I don't know. All right, let me catch up on the chat. Hold on. Angry Townsman says, I'm just going to lay out a movie that would have fit multiple categories from the Patreon show. Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. He's right, yeah.
Good call, brother. Yep.
Definitely the first one. We won't go into too much detail about it, but yeah, I think I could definitely see the first one. Well, I don't know if that's a guilty pleasure, though. I don't.
What, the rise and fall of Leslie Vernon?
Yeah, I don't hear too
guilty
many
pleasure.
because I don't think people would have like negative thoughts about it necessarily. I think it's just too, unfortunately, still a little bit too unknown.
But that would fit in
It's a
different
good one,
category,
though.
though, because to be fair,
Yeah.
like it kind of got that big push and then kind of went away. But like, what's the film? In a Violent Nature, right?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
thought
That one came up.
the Rise of Leslie Vernon was a hell of a lot smarter and better. I think In Violent Nature would have been a great 40-minute picture.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I like the whole gimmick with
It's not a gimmick.
Leslie Vernon.
Gimmick. Will you,
You know,
stop it with the
Fucking
gimmick?
You guys know what I'm fucking talking about.
No,
No.
actually, we don't.
Learn
this is
words.
why I
Look up
was
a
talking about-
thesaurus.
See, this is why I'm talking about what I was bringing up on the Patreon. How you guys use this vernacular that I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
That means you're
And
getting
now,
old,
see-
MZ. Okay.
Fuck me. I'm getting old. You guys are getting old too. But it
Younger
just
than you.
goes to show. But Wolfie, it just goes to show that it's even being played on you, where he continuously uses the term gimmick when it absolutely is anything but, and it throws you off, and it's like, just talk normal,
Oh, he can't do that. That's just not possible.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's always got to be in the now with the kids' jargon nowadays.
No, what are you talking about? He's like 30 years behind.
No, dude, I got mad Riz, dude. You know what I'm saying? I was fucking
What is
told this.
what is
Yeah,
Riz? What is Riz?
It means charisma.
Really, is that what that means?
Oh, my Riz is flowing, dog, man. And I was telling my fucking 25-year-old work bestie, I'm like, yo, man, I don't gotta understand slang if you got game. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Oh, for Christ's sake! What did I just hear?
Yeah.
All right,
My
hold-
Riz is flowing, dude. My Riz is flowing like a faucet, dog.
You talking about Sky Rizzy? You on that drug now?
Yeah. Yeah. What's the weight loss drug? I want to take some of that. for my belly.
Ozempic?
Ozempic, yeah. I almost said albacore, but that's not right. That's the
Yeah,
fucking
just what you
thing,
need
too,
is to get thinner.
Yeah, I know.
Nah.
All right, Raven Shadow, here you go. Use one of these words in a sentence at some point tonight, okay? These are synonyms.
Correctly.
Yes. These are
Okay.
synonyms for gimmick, okay?
All right.
Ruse, scheme, trick, ploy, flim-flam. You should choose that. Should be yours.
The flim flam, man.
Flim-flam, man.
I'm crazy flim flam, man.
I'm Slim Sam, the Flim Flam Man.
I'm flim flammy, the real flim flammy. You motherfucker.
The real flim-flam man, please stand up.
Please stand up. Please stand up.
Oh, shit. So there you go. Flim-flam, scheme,
Yep.
ploy,
Yeah.
sleight of hand, or just slight, even gambit or ploy. All right, so that is your task, is to use
All right.
one of those words in a sentence later in the show, but correctly, as MC pointed out.
Oh.
All right, more chat. Hold on. First time Mike, what's up? He says, happy
FTM.
Thanksgiving, family. All the best to you all.
Hey, dude.
And he says,
FTM.
man, I had 2 different types of pies today and 2 different types of stuffing.
That's sexy, dude.
You should go see Fred Willard, his character from Moving Violations.
I talked to FTM today. It was very special. We had a conversation in our own personal
Did he
chat.
message you or did you message him?
He messaged me, which I
Of
appreciate.
course, because you can't start anything.
I get anxiety. I rarely finish anything, to be fair.
Evil Corny says, my paternal grandmother always smoked and never had lung problems. She stopped once because my grandfather was on oxygen because of emphysema. Don't clap.
What?
She started back after he passed and told me that she only stopped because she didn't want one of those oxygen tanks blowing up and taking her out.
That's fair. That's a self-preservation.
And
That's true. I mean, look what happened in Jaws.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. First time Mike says, I just realized that watching you guys live is the most I see somebody smoking outside of some family members, and it's kind of weird.
Yeah, he actually tried to cool down his mouth by lighting up a cigarette.
Yeah, this is gonna be like people like coming to a fucking zoo. They're like, oh my god, we're gonna watch Trick or Treat Radio to see someone smoke because no one fucking does that anymore. We should charge people to fucking watch the Raven Shadow smoke.
It's such a 1980s, 1990s thing. Nobody smokes anymore. Nobody.
Well,
You're the
Raven
only
Shadow.
person I know that smokes.
Yeah, I think same here.
Yeah, I'm the one keeping fucking big tobacco in business.
Yeah, you are.
That's totally
you really
cool.
are.
I'm the guy.
You are.
I'm the fucking cancer cow.
You really are. You really are. You're the only person I know that smokes.
I don't think I know anyone else. Seriously.
Yeah.
I don't think I do.
John Constantine.
We're talking
Jesse
about real people, real actual human beings that live and are not fictional.
All right, me.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Do you know any other smokers? Is there someone at work you smoke with or something?
No, a lot of. I think I'm actually the only one in the organization now that does smoke. To be fair, and I'm like,
he thinks he's the only one who smokes.
I do. I think because I go out at 10, 12, and 3 o'clock, and I don't see anybody like in the old days. But here's the thing, though. You know what I mean? I'm still fucking here, and I think I need it. I think I fucking need it. I think if I stop, it's all gonna be fucking bad. Like there's so much inside me I gotta kill that I think that if I fucking don't, then like it's like, oh, now you get fucking cancer.
You know what the bitch of it is that he's gonna outlive both of us, Wolfie.
I don't know about that, but we'll see.
You know what? I'm willing to put a bet on it, but I don't know how I'm gonna be able to cash
I know
in.
you won't be able. Yeah. Well, put a bet, and the last living person gets all the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be Raven
All
Shadow.
the best.
You know, and because he'll need that money for more cigarettes.
No, dude, I'm getting a fucking Marlboro Iron Lung. I got all kinds of fucking fun things. I got my Marlboro miles.
Let me keep going here. Marion says smoking. The biggest bummer for me with his smoking is that we'll be having fun and he'll excuse himself for 20 minutes at a time to go have a butt. Wow.
Look how serious Raven Shadow looks. You know it's true.
Wow.
Wow. Are you kidding? Wow. Now we just opened up Pandora's box here.
Okay, well, fine. Do you want to talk about it, honey?
No, that's not fair.
No, she's the best.
I could just picture it now. I can just picture it now. Oh, Raven Shadow. Oh, Raven Shadow. Oh, Raven Shadow. I'll be back, babe. I gotta go smoke a cigarette.
She did say fun. I don't know if she meant that necessarily, but
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, I can't imagine what other kind of fun she could be talking about with this guy.
Watching a movie, playing miniature golf. I don't know.
That's fun.
Yeah. Splunking,
yeah. And
making crafts.
Let's see, and then she also follows up and says, "And we did meet due to his smoking, but I don't see why he can't quit now." Jeez. So, okay, well that's something at least, right? You hold on to that, right? You're afraid that if you quit smoking, that you will no longer be with Marion. I see how it is.
Because
right?
Marion won't think that you're cool anymore.
Yeah. Well, secondhand smoke does lead to secondhand coolness. That is a fact. RFK just said that recently.
Man.
But it's fun. It's fun, right?
No, it's not fun. It's not fun. First time Mike says, "Oh, a thesaurus, the most eloquent of the dinosaurs, wearing a monocle." Yeah.
Yep.
It's true. Evil Corny says, "Hey, creepy girl, how did your mac and cheese do? Hope you didn't experiment." I don't know what that.
Wow. Okay.
That's
That's a
some
private conversation.
some adventures in mac and cheese and. And final two comments. First time Mike says, Moving Violations was a regular watch on cable back in the day. Hell yeah, man.
Joe.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
HBO played that shit out of it.
all the time. And then he also said 2 bits to watch the amazing human chimney. Gaze upon the iron lungs that filter the demon smoke. Yeah, that's exactly it. So do like, hold on.
2 bits to watch the amazing human chimney. Gaze upon the iron lungs that filter the demon smoke.
There you go. This is my fucking gimmick Barker, Raven Shadow, not Bob Barker. My flim flam.
Don't push, folks. There are tickets for everybody.
My flim flam Barker.
Yeah, you're being quite the flim flam Barker. I see what the
You
gambit
just-
you're
no,
trying
you-
to do.
You just no.
What?
That was prompted. You didn't come up with that on your own.
Which way to the egress?
To the left.
Do they have cigarettes there?
Yes, probably.
Okay, good.
They have gluten-free Winston lights.
Bro.
All right.
$11.95, dog.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Patreon.trickortreatradio.com. Give it a look. Help support. The other ways you can
Might have
support.
it.
We'll do this quick. Black Friday's tomorrow. Hey, if you're listening live.
Black Friday.
Black Friday. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is Black Friday tomorrow. If you're listening to this on Thursday, or maybe you're listening to it on Friday and it's Black Friday, or maybe you're listening to this in fucking January and it was a month ago. But yeah, check out the Amazon link. Go to trickortreatradio.com. Scroll down on the main page and look for the Amazon logo. Click it. It's going to bring you to Amazon. It's going to input our affiliate link. Everything they purchase in that session gets attributed to us. It doesn't cost them any extra, Michael Raven Shadow.
But it's another way to help buy me an iron lung.
You might need it. And finally, on trickortreatradio.com, you can click on store and you can go ahead and buy the greatest hits of Trick or Treat Radio volumes 1 through 3. Is a little sampler of the early years. So give that a listen. Give it a look. And first time Mike says, okay, Johnny, you made my night. Just wanted.
Can I just say something
No,
too,
yes.
though?
Sure.
When I go downstairs to smoke, go outside to smoke, I do wear different outfits. I do costume changes, and then I throw like.
Oh,
some
my
brew,
fucking
and I
God.
yeah, I have different
Costume
clothes.
change?
Costume changes, really.
Who do you think
Yeah.
who do you think you are? Taylor Swift?
I
Seriously.
am like Taylor Swift.
You are trying to be a fucking superhero. You change your costume to smoke.
I am like a superhero, Wolfie. Thank you for saying that.
No, you're trying to make it
What?
cooler by pretending you're fucking like, what do you, instead of Iron Man, you're Iron Lung. That's his fucking superhero name.
It might do better than the Iron Heart series coming soon to Disney Plus. But like I try to be respectful. I realize that. So if we're hanging out,
You know,
and I
if you just
go-
stop, you don't have to fucking do this whole fucking charade.
but no, I wear different pants.
Oh my.
I'll put some fucking deodorant on. I'll fucking do a little.
And that's why you're gone 20 minutes.
Who
Yeah,
are you
'cause I'm
trying
fucking-
to impress by doing this?
No, I'm trying to fucking not come up like a fucking smokestack.
So you just stop. That's it. Done.
Yeah.
So you put on cologne to cover up the smell of
Yeah,
cigarette smoke.
I'm like a fucking 1500s aristocrat. I spray perfume on my shit.
You're
You know,
fucking
you spray
aristocrat.
perfume. You know, you spray perfume. You spray perfume on a pile of pig shit. It's gonna still smell like pig shit.
No, I have my natural musk, but
Oh
I-
God! Don't say
Natural
that,
musk.
it's
Don't
flowing,
say
dude.
that.
I've been
Jesus.
told.
I feel like that's another word that's fucking dirty now. Like it's tainted. You can't use the word musk anymore.
Yeah.
Just
Uh,
like-
you
Fucking
really
raisin musk.
shouldn't use it beforehand either.
Yeah, well, it's all right. That's fair.
Right there, honey. I'm putting the musk on.
All right. So those are the ways you can help support. So help support the show. We'd appreciate it. Keeps us going and keeps us live every week. All right. And also, we are going to record another Patreon coming up because we were actually we were late with the November one because MZ was feeling under the weather a couple weeks ago. But we're going to have the December one out closer to the beginning of December. So we apologize for that. But, shit happens. I hope everyone understands. But the next one will be out in advance of the gift-giving season. And hopefully we have some gift ideas for you. So, all right, without any further fucking bullshittery, Raven Shadow, you sit down to watch the fucking remake, the requel, the sequel of Street Trash. What do you do to prepare for this fucking movie?
I was scrolling my phone, Wolfie, and what came up was a 1987 clip of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And what was
With The
special
Rock?
about that? Wait, what?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Was The Rock around in 1987? I don't think he was.
I thought you said 97, but that still would have been, I think, too early for him. So
Yeah, it'd have been the Die Rocky Die era.
yeah,
But no, 1987. And they had a Marvel
87.
1987. But they did a skit of all Marvel characters coming out of comic books. So it had a scene of like Captain America, Doctor Strange, Wolverine, and at one point in the stage before Iceman's there, the fucking Enchantress, Magneto, and I think Emma Frost. But there was a scene when Captain America is literally electrocuting Dr. Doom in like a Boris Karloff laboratory looking gimmick, or Gambit, if you will. And then RoboCop comes out and punches Dr. Doom in the face. That really
That's a hell of a
happened.
crossover. That's a hell of a crossover.
Yeah, it is.
It is, yeah. And RoboCop was there like before he joined WCW. But I remember on the phone talking to my grandma, and I realized that was happening, but I couldn't get off the phone with my grandma. And I was like, what the fuck? But that was dope. So you better believe with all the turkey, tofurkery, and tomfoolery, I strapped on.
You go through your week with the same old routine.
What you really want is some blood and thunder in your life.
Well, friend, you found it.
The Cromcast is an adventurous journey through the history of two-fisted pulp stories
With your hosts, John,
Josh,
and Luke.
we have action,
horror,
An adventure, all through the lens of pulp luminary Robert E. Howard.
Don't just stay in your ordinary life.
find your pulp life at thecromcast.blogspot.com.
The Cromcast,
The Cromcast.
The Cromcast!
a podcast for the barbarian at heart.
I'm Alex West.
And I'm Andrea Subasati, and we're from the Faculty of Horror podcast.
And you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
Greetings! We are the Retro Reductopus Cephala Podcast, a bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
He's right. We wax philosophic about lots of geeky crap like old video games and movies, toys, cartoons. I don't know, help me out here.
Music, pants, quoting video games that don't have dialogues, shabibans, tasty news,
Unnecessarily long Japanese onomatopoeia.
butt breathers, uncomfortable nature facts,
or how to install a thermoflange.
And unlike all those other podcasts, we at Retro Redoctopus have an exciting rotating host schedule.
Do we? We sure do.
So, if you didn't like the guy flapping his gums this week,
like me,
worry not, gentle listener. Next week we'll have a whole new host.
Of problems.
Hey, they might still suck, but they'll suck differently.
And you know what's really cool? Retro Reductopus is part of the Inebriard Podcast Network, with new episodes out every Tentacle Tuesday.
Which is like every other Tuesday. We named it.
Anyways, you can listen to us at iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, or straight from the tab reductopus.buzzsprout.com.
I could be standing outside a woman's prison in a fistful of 50s and a bouquet of dildos, and no woman would come near me.
Did you say a bouquet of dildos?
Trick or Treat Radio. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I actually was doing that, and I forgot I was still muted, so it didn't work the whole time. But we are back, and it is time for our film discussion. And this week, we are talking about Street Trash. This is the 2024 Street Trash, and it is 85 minutes. It is, according to IMDb and all their genres and subgenres and sub-subgenres, it only has one genre, and that's horror. So that works for me. It's directed by Ryan Kruger and written by... Actually, let me just make sure... Yeah, so it's written by Ryan Kruger and James C. Williamson, based on the film Street Trash by Roy Frumkis and J. Michael Muro. And the film stars Sean Cameron Michael, Donna Cormac Thompson, Joe Vaz, Lloyd Martinez Newkirk, the great Gary Green as 2-Bit.
Oh.
Fucking love that Gary Green.
That guy's awesome.
He really is. Ryan Kruger actually is in this as well, has a little cameo as Reggie.
What the fuck?
What?
I keep thinking about the character Ryan Kruger plays in this movie.
Yeah.
Fucking
Jeez. Oh my God, you gotta keep going.
He'll pass out.
And also playing kind of a big role. He looks familiar, but I don't know if I've ever seen him in anything. Jonathan Pienaar, Pienaar, Pienaar. Pienaar. We'll go with that. But he played Society. He was the one who gave. Oh, what?
He's the one who what? I don't.
Well, Raven Shadow just fucking popped off, so I stopped.
Yeah.
I fucking popped for Society, dude.
He's the one who gave was the character's name Ronald, the leader guy. He gave him that the fucking super serum, basically.
Oh, that guy. Okay. All right.
Oh my fucking God.
All right. So the synopsis for this flick: a group of homeless misfits must fight for survival when they discover a plot to exterminate every homeless person in the city. So it's been a very long time since I've seen the original Street Trash. I watched it in the 80s, and I will never forget it for the rest of my life, mostly because of that one scene, and you guys know which one, when they're playing fucking Keep Away with the fucking cock.
Yeah.
So I will always remember that movie. I've probably only seen it twice in my life, and it's been a while. So I actually was hoping to do a rewatch, but it just didn't materialize. How about you, MZ? Did you get a chance to rewatch Street Trash, or have you watched it recently?
I watched it. Let's see. I think overall I've seen it at least a dozen times.
Oh yeah, I know you love that movie.
Yeah, I do. And let's see. I just recently saw it about maybe 4 or 5 months ago, when I caught wind of what Ryan Kruger was doing.
Yep.
I'm like, well, I think it's best that I revisit this one just to keep my brain fresh on it. Not that I've forgotten anything really, but just to enjoy a good sleazy 80s horror comedy, and it's lost none of its visceral impact. It's still such a fun movie to watch. I love Street Trash. I love it to death. And as a matter of fact, I worked with the head of distribution, the guy who was in charge of distributing the film for Lightning Video. I worked with him when we were working on Eamon's Road way back in 2005 or 2006. He was there, and he was like, "Hey, you ever see you ever hear of a movie called Street Trash? I'm like, yeah, I have. And the cool guy, as far as I know, still lives in Worcester.
Nice.
So, yeah, I can't remember his name. David, oh, damn it. What was his name? David something. Can't remember his last name, but it was David something. He's on the documentary for not the real Street Trash. I don't want to say that, but the original Street Trash, the synopsis release, and yeah, I absolutely love that movie. So good. Oh my god, so much fun.
So elated.
Just a blast.
so
fine.
So, Ravenshaw, how about you? Have you seen Street Trash? And if so, roughly how long has it been?
So I've never seen Street Trash.
Oh,
my
wow.
god.
Okay.
What a shock.
I remember the poster art.
Oh, of course, yeah.
If I remember, I was telling Marion this, like it was like a manhole cover that had like body parts coming out in like a blue, very Jim Cameron, fucking bluey type thing with like all the guts and the fucking what the fuck, and it just stood out to me. I think I remember, when they would have those pop-up video stores in like retail stores, would have a horror section, and it would just be there. I remember that image, and like that and Chud always stood out for me. And then it just never came across my TV. Unfortunately, I think MZ may have posted something in one of our chats. You may have posted the final scene. Was it a bunch of guys like in a boat? Did it have the guy from Frankenhooker in it?
Yeah, James Lorenz.
James Lorenz.
Okay, I think you may have posted it in a chat that we had seen, but I just knew of the poster art that you can't judge a movie by its cover, but you probably could in this one.
I wanted to, sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to ask real quick. Was there a version of the cover with a manhole? Because I always remember a toilet.
Let me see.
There
is. I think it is. Well, there's one that has a toilet and one that has a manhole. There's the manhole. I believe it's the manhole. That's more of a bluish color, like Raven Shadow said. There's a greenish cover that is with the toilet, I believe. Oh, wait. Here it is. I'm looking at it right now. It's a bluish. No, it is a toilet. All right. So it's
really,
it's. I'm looking at it right now. It's available on Tubi. It's on Tubi right now, and Street Trash is. There it is, in a pink font, bluish with a toilet.
Yep. Okay.
So it is a toilet. Yeah.
I was just wondering if. I mean, if you look at it from afar, it's difficult to tell. So. Yeah, I just was curious because I always remember the toilet, so I wonder if there was a different cover out there or something. But
that is. Yeah, that's the original right there, and I mean it spoke greatly about the homeless crisis that was going on in the 80s, and what government and everyone was going to do at that point, and it spoke. It had a very strong political message.
Yeah,
much like the way this one does. And in fact, it holds a very strong political message. Probably more over here.
Yep.
Maybe more than in Cape Town, South Africa. I don't know. I can't speak on South Africa. I don't know. But living here, it has a very, very strong political message.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so. I think so we talked about the original film. It's funny, I'm actually looking at the poster right now, and it says at the top there's a quote. It says Eraserhead meets Night of the Living Dead on the set of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's funny because I don't know if I'd ever, I guess Night of the Living Dead a little bit, but I wouldn't think Chainsaw or Eraserhead necessarily. But
I wouldn't think any of those.
Yeah, no.
Because Street Trash is just one of those melt films that is just very, very unique. Not even Body Melt, which is a film from Australia. Australian Body Melt from like 1991 can say what this movie does.
I'll stop the show and melt with you.
It's a very original movie, and I like how it's listed as J. Michael Muro. He doesn't want to be known as Jim Muro anymore because Jim Muro, he doesn't like talking about this movie at all.
Really?
And he will not talk about it.
The original?
The original, yeah. He's the director. He won't talk about it because he is now he's a born again Christian.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that already sends up some red flags, and he just doesn't like to reference the film anymore. So apparently he just recently changed his name to J. Michael Muro instead of calling himself Jim Muro. He is one of the leading Steadicam operators in Hollywood.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that before.
Yeah.
He's done.
It's great.
Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff lately. It looks like he's getting a little bit more into DP cinematography.
No.
Yeah, I had to pause because I know Raven Chat would chuckle. But yeah, he did do a lot of camera operation in in the 2000s and even before. He worked on X2 Raven Shadow, Chronicles of Riddick, Red Dragon, Rush Hour 2, The Fast and the Furious, Swordfish.
Oh shit!
So yeah, he's worked on a ton of films, even Titanic. Jesus.
Yeah.
L.A. Confidential, Father of the Bride 2, Heat, Casino, Strange Days, Clueless, True Lies, The Getaway, The Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah, but what else has he done?
Yeah, I know, right? Sneakers, A Few Good Men, Raising Cain,
Oh shit!
Thunderheart, JFK, Point Break, Terminator 2, The Doors, Predator 2, Dances with Wolves, Young Guns 2, Raven Shadow. He was a fucking Steadicam operator.
Such a brother.
The Abyss, Field of Dreams, Jason Takes Manhattan. Jesus Christ, Maniac Cop, brain damage.
Busy. Yeah, he's
hello,
busy.
Brian. Hi, how you doing? He did the Spookies. He was a Steadicam operator for the fucking Spookies.
Dude.
This fucking dude, man. Wow, it's too bad he's a fucking born again Christian now.
Born again D-bag.
So yeah, it was a very impactful film, and it was one of those sort of I don't even know if. Do you know if it even came out in theaters, MZ, by any chance? Street Trash?
Oh yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a big. They didn't have a red carpet, so what they did is that they rented out a garbage truck, and they had like the cast on the outside of the car on the outside of the garbage truck riding up towards the theater that they were having their premiere at. And another thing, Roy Frumkiss, who wrote this movie, that's one of his babies. Another one of his babies is that he directed Document of the Dead with George Romero on Dawn of the Dead, the original Dawn of the Dead. So he's got that little feather in his cap as well.
Pretty impressive for those two.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay. So let's dive into the new one though. So wanted to make sure we sort of covered some ground there, so people had a sort of idea of our relationship with the original film. Yeah, I remember renting it. Let's see, it came out in '87. I'm gonna guess like had it been like 80. I don't know if it would have been on VHS in '88, but like 88 or 89. I was like 13 when I rented this, because back then I would just rent whatever. Like they never checked, and this is unrated. I remember renting it on VHS back in the day and taking it home and watching it, and yeah, like just remember like this is fucking crazy. It was very memorable at the time, but I think it's one of those films that has been like rife for like a remake. I don't think there's like the first one wasn't. Now, don't get me wrong, MZ. I know you're a huge fan, but there's nothing like sacred about it where you can't try to tackle that again. It's not like other films where you're like, oh my God, no, you can't remake this. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I think this is a cool concept that can be revisited. You know, it's not like the first one was just such a fucking treasure. It's memorable and it's a good movie, but, you know, it's not a masterpiece by any stretch. Unless MZ thinks differently. Just giving him a pause here.
I love this movie. Okay, I consider it a masterpiece. Not only because of its because of this, you know, not only because of the political message that it has, but just the balls out humor that it has, and the ultra colorful demise that these bums have. It's just incredible. No one would ever think of having something like this happen, you know, but Muro was able to pull it off, and Frumkiss was able to, you know, write it out, and it came out great. There's no bad performances in this film at all that I could see, you know.
Yeah. And it's funny, I'm just reading this. Apparently the UK version removed 6 seconds, the shot of the severed penis and melting breasts.
Oh, and the new version?
No. We're still talking about the original.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the scene, the very last scene in the movie where oh, for crying out loud, how can I forget his name? Frankenhooker guy. Why am I blanking? James Lawrence, yes, thanks. The scene with him and the two bodyguards with the lead mafia guy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it is just hysterical. But
Yeah,
Lawrence's delivery in that film is just top-notch perfection. You couldn't do any better than that.
We played that on the show somewhat recently, I think, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of. That's what I'm thinking of.
What was one of the lines in that, MZ? Just to refresh our memories.
At the end, he said, well, I didn't say when you know, you said it was my girlfriend's smell that brought on the bums, huh? Well, when I said that it was her smell, when I said that she stinks, what I mean is that she stinks of beauty.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
nobody's
right.
laughing.
No, that's right. That's right.
It was really good.
You say that you're saying that I'm serving. What do you say? I'm serving. Oh, what did he say? Saying I'm serving chicken instead of duck. You're trying to make me look like a fucking idiot, aren't you? No. Well, look, we were all nervous that day. We were. Look, even after your girlfriend got raped and murdered, I wanted a piece. You know?
All right, let's move on to talk about the new one.
Yeah, how about the new one? Let's put that baby to bed.
Yeah. All right, so it's safe to say that the original was, I would say, horror comedy. It had a lot of sort of dark humor, and as mentioned, like social subtext as well, like social political commentary. And so I feel like if you take the building blocks of that movie, you have, it's a melt movie. It's got really grotesque gore, I guess, if you want to call it that. Some people would find it grotesque. It's funny. And also so all I guess that's it. So it's like the subtext, the gore and the melt and the comedy. And also it's kind of raunchy, right? Like, safe to say, kind of sleazy and raunchy. I feel like if those are the check boxes, I feel like this movie checks all of those boxes. Like every single one of them. And for a movie made almost 40 years later,
fucking shit.
It's it's kind of crazy. I don't know. I just feel like it hit a lot of the boxes, that you need to check off to make a street trash movie. Now, I'm not, I want to go into first impressions, but I feel like the building blocks of making a street trash movie is present. So why don't we do that? So MZ, I'm curious. I know you've been very, very much looking forward to seeing this. So what were the first impressions after checking it out, and did it live up to any expectations that you had whatsoever?
Well, the first thing I noticed about this film right off the bat is that it's a much darker version. Again, we got to remember this is a sequel and not a remake, so there is no version.
But it's 2050, I think, in this one. So it takes place, in Cape Town in 2050, I think the year was, if I recall correctly.
And I noticed right off the bat how much darker it is. The settings are much darker. I mean, there are some daylight scenes involved, but a lot of this movie takes place during the night. And the opening scene, I was kind of like really... There's this opening scene in which I was like, that's a very odd choice to make, because there is a scene in which somebody gets the fluid or in them, or was it it was a fluid. It was an injection injected into their arms, and because it's so dark, I expected a much brighter color to come out of him. I expected maybe an orange or a yellow, and that didn't happen. What we got was really dark purple, and I'm like, that is really an odd choice, because I was looking for something to offset the dark ambiance of the room that this guy's locked in with the vibrant colors that I was expecting and that I knew that was going to be in this film, because there are going to be a whole bunch of colors involved here. Not as much as there were in the original film, though. I don't know why, because there was a lot in the original. There's a lot of yellows and oranges and blues and greens and purples and blacks, and but we didn't get that here. We only got like maybe 3 colors, I think, and so I kind of, I was kind of like surprised by that. But this movie does have a strong political message about what's going on in Cape Town, or whether it's true or not, I don't know. I can't speak on what's happening in Cape Town, but it's a strong political message regardless whether it is or it isn't, because homelessness happens everywhere. And especially with the way the things are going to be running around here politically, the end result of what the rich high-end government people want is not going to be that much different from what's going on here.
Like where our sort of social class is essentially the same as like the homeless in this. Like we could that's kind of us, right? Like middle class, low, or even low to middle class. In essence, if you're not rich, you're looked down upon. So
yeah. Well, it's I don't even know if I want to say that it's class warfare, because I mean
it's not necessarily
be wealthy.
Yeah,
you could be wealthy and be a scumbag.
Absolutely. Or you could be the scumbag and be fucking dirt poor.
Yeah. So I mean, I wouldn't say it has to do with class. It's more of a,
what I mean is
a wealth situation,
but that's what I mean. That's what I mean by class. It's like there's lower class, middle class, higher class, and in this case, I think the proxy is in our sort of equivalent is there's the billionaires at the top, right? Your fucking dipshit Musks and people like that, and then there's
Raymond Shadow's Musk.
I like, you know what? no matter what that smells like, I'd like Ravenshaw's Musk better than Elon Musk. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But but just to sort of use that as a parallel, it's like if you're not rich, you're poor. It's so to rich people, it's like you're rich or you're poor. So it doesn't matter if you're low class or middle class or whatever, or even high class. Like there's like the elite, the billionaires, the millionaires, and the billionaires are like in a whole fucking different stratosphere. So anyone to them is basically poor, That's kind of what I'm saying is like we have like the elites in this. There's like the mayor and like his fucking people, and then everyone else is poor because we only really see the homeless people. I mean, we see some of the others, but it really focuses on that warfare between the rich and the poor,
Yeah, and but that's the first thing I noticed was the dark contrast compared to the original film. It goes in areas that I didn't expect. Not that it was any disappointment on it for me. It wasn't. I was surprised about how they handled this elixir or this drug or whatever you want to refer to it as, because the Viper is very rarely mentioned here. You get a couple instances of the original Tenafly Viper from the original film.
Yeah, I agree. There's that one truck that had the billboard on the truck or whatever.
Yeah, and there was one. They showed one bum drinking Tenafly Viper. So that little connection, okay, great, awesome. But the fact that this takes so far into the future, it's understandable how that could be transferred over to something else, because it was only one case of Tenafly Viper. But after 63 years, all that shit would be gone by now. So it makes sense to have this elixir kind of transfer itself over to another medium. So I like that aspect. At first I wasn't too sure, but then I got thinking about it. I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But I was totally on board for the ride here and seeing what Ryan Kruger was going to come up with, and we'll talk about that. So I'm looking forward to talking about this.
All right, how about you, Raven Shadow? I know for the first time in a while we got a yo text. So what was your first impression?
I mean, I just knew of the legend, and I knew of the poster art from Fragmented Memory, and I knew that MZ and you boys, spoke highly of it, and I get something that I just missed. We watched this after dinner today.
Maybe it's better you did it after and not before.
That's fair. So yeah, we watched this after dinner, and I'm like, okay, in the opening scene, let's see what this fucking chemical does. And just I want to say again, listen, I'm so happy for anybody hanging out with us live. I want you to do that. We're gonna do our best, but to really talk about this, some shit may be fucking given away. So please, if you pause and come back to us. But as it progressed, I was fucking scared because a lot of this seemed like a documentary, or a potential future documentary, that scares the fuck out of me about a certain ruling elitist corporate class, thinking everybody is trash. And there's rich and there's wealthy. I know some people who are rich that will not be able to hang out with the wealthy. It's a whole nother, and that's not me, that was Chris Rock. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's a whole fucking different class. It was fucking kind of really fucking depressing, seeing this world. But I really got into the world. Like, the monster gore aspect of it was kind of like a garnish compared to, I was really interested in the world that was setting up. And if it was mentioned before, I didn't know it was set in South Africa. But I was really along for the ride. And quickly, I think the worst horror trope is just having characters who you introduce to be cannon fodder. And okay, you'll kill off this guy, that guy, this person, that full person, whatever the fuck. This movie gave us characters that, regardless of the world they were in, regardless of what type of film it was, it gave you characters that you liked, and it put you more invested into this world. You didn't want them to be fucked up. I liked them. I loved, was it Ronald? Not Ronald. Reginald.
No, I think it was Ronald, the main
Roland.
Ronald, the main dude. Yeah, it was Ronald.
Yeah. He was at the South African. Oh my God, O'Flanahan, the dude who played Chibs in Sons of Anarchy, Tommy O'Flanahan. And he was also, I think, in Braveheart, the dude with the fucking cheek scars. He reminded me of him a little bit. But I just loved the characters. I hated the world. I hated the intent. And I thought, like, wow, this is kind of saying something, despite a gory fucking backdrop, right? Like, there's something, this movie's saying something, and the work is that it's a stupid horror movie.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, definitely.
You know? Yeah.
All right. I'm surprised we've gotten this far and no one has mentioned Sokol yet.
We're going to get to it. We're not even at
I was going to save that, but
okay.
We haven't even. All right, you want to fucking?
No,
we haven't even got to fucking the Cocktober reference that we're going to get into.
Oh boy, yeah. We have let's see. Someone hanging out in the chat. Indio. Do you guys know who Indio?
I don't think so.
Well, Indio, welcome if it's their first time. And
Indio, Jonathan Indio.
No,
first time. Indio.
Okay.
Indio asks, "Is this a remake?" So the stance from the director is that it is a sequel. I could see. Good.
They make a point to this chemical was back in 1987. They referenced something about the chemical from 87.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I took it like this is just the new modification or a new practical application of the chemical.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess you could say in a way, I think you could say that it is a remake or a reimagining, but we're going right from the director himself and he said it's a sequel. So, I don't think you necessarily have to see the original. Should you? Yes, I think you should. But if you don't see the original, you can watch this and it'll stand on its own, I think. But it'll just give you a sort of a deeper understanding of what's going on if you do see the Ridge. So, okay, so I will say, first off, you guys know me and how much I appreciate shooting on film. This was shot on 35 fucking millimeter.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
So fucking kudos to Ryan Kruger, man, because it looked fucking awesome. Yeah. Like, I feel like if you make another street trash film and you try to like hold it up to the original, like because of all the colors and I know you're saying MZ about the colors weren't really jumping out as much as the original film. I think there was enough in here, but the colors really jump off screen when you see them. And that doesn't always happen with digital. And I just loved, I love seeing the grain. And it wasn't like fake fucking grain. This is 35 millimeter. And I mean, you got to commend the guy because like, this isn't cheap, right? Like it must have been a tough sell to say, let's shoot this on film because, yeah, I mean, that seems like it's a tough sell nowadays. You have to have someone like, I don't know if they still edit the negative or if they have it digital while they edit, but I imagine that the process of even just filming it by itself, and the way you have to light it and get all the different cameras and all the film and everything is like probably a Herculean effort as it is. So, you know, add that on top of making another street trash movie. That's that's big shoes to fill, and that's a lot of fucking work. So, gotta give the man his flowers, so to speak, because I really appreciate the fact that it was shot on 35 and it looked awesome. MZ, you said you were going to mention something. Did you recognize or notice that it was shot on 35?
I didn't notice it was shot on 35 until the closing credits.
Right. Okay.
Where it showed Kodak.
Yeah.
Kodak 35 film. I'm like, son of a bitch. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So right off the bat, like, you know, you get fucking huge fucking credit from me if you're shooting on 35 millimeter right off the bat. So love that. I love the look of it. You just can't mimic the look. No matter what you do, you just can't do it. You could run all the fucking film wash or whatever the fuck you want. It's just not going to happen. So, yeah, I absolutely love the look of this flick. I forgot to put the poster up. There we go. There. So that aside, Raven Shadow touched on this a little bit. I actually liked the characters. I liked the interaction, and like I'm surprised you didn't also mention like Raven Shadow loves a good fucking crew movie. Like, yeah. So would this qualify?
Oh, well, we're going to get, yeah, I guess we're going to fucking, this movie has so many things I fucking love. Exactly.
Yeah.
A crew, a team, a clique, you know what I mean? A faction, you know what I mean? And I loved all the characters. I loved the leader, Ronald, Roland, whatever you want to call him, is
Roland McDonald. No, it's Ronald, like Ronald McDonald. There you go. So you won't forget.
Roland, right?
Ronald. God damn it. I just said it. I said Ronald, like Ronald McDonald.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He was great. I looked that he was, you know, kind of a hunter-gatherer, but he would try to. So basically, it's this homeless population, and they're getting fucked with by the elite. And the way he brought his boy Chef was dope. And he saves the young girl Alex, and he gives up, you know, the battery to Isaac Hayes' nephew, the Duke of New York Jr. Because we'll get into some Escape from New York comparisons later on. I feel this movie definitely. Ollie fucking did not see this, so he's
pissed. Yeah, he's pissed you didn't watch it with him. Go turn it on for him. Go put the movie on for him.
I'll put it on. All right, you guys talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, so I'll continue with the first impression. Also, the gore and the body melting, I thought was on point. Like, I thought that they did a really good job. The practical effects were well done. There's a couple that really delivered. I think that opening scene, there was I'll say like sort of the climax, like at the end, like that also was really well done. And then there's another one, I think it was in the middle, but there's one character in the middle. He had like these big boils on his head, and there was some really good stuff in terms of like, you know, the melting. I thought that it was well done, and it just looked great, you know. MZ's being attacked by cats.
God damn. What are you doing to me? All right. Yeah. My thing with the effects is this.
Okay.
Is that they were well done. Don't get me wrong. But they also got a little repetitive in the sense that from the original film, whenever someone pounded down a little of the Tenafly Viper, it had nothing to do with their personality or anything like that, or maybe it did. I don't know, but whenever anybody was starting to melt, they would melt from different areas, like from the neck, from like the tips of their feet, from their hands, from their ears, from their ass, from the top of their head, from their eyes, whatever. Here it was kind of like cookie cutter in the sense that every time somebody got a whiff of this stuff or got it injected or drank it, the throat was always the first one to start in, and then it would kind of like work its way down to the abdomen. And that was kind of, I was kind of put off a little bit by that. Don't get me wrong, the effects I think were done really, really well, but I wish there was some more of that mix up. Like that way you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know where it's going to start. It's a big guessing game, and I kind of like that difference that all the victims had in the original Street Trash that I just didn't see here. Another thing I want to say, another critique that I have for the effects is that I wasn't too thrilled with the vomiting scenes. Those did not look good at all. It just looked like somebody leaning down, with the tube right here, and it's just shooting out right here. And you could see it just shooting out from the side of the mouth rather from in the mouth. I understand budgetary situations, but, if you could get the talent to get somebody to do what they were able to do as far as intestinal gore is concerned, neck explosions, just pus and blue and purple and yellow shit just exploding everywhere, I would think that you can perfect the vomiting scene. Because there were two scenes of vomit that I kind of really wish was done a little better. I saw it and I'm like, ew, that's rough. But as far as aesthetical effects is concerned, it was really well done. There was one scene I was really impressed with where the I forget which character it is. It's towards the end of the film where all this shit's coming out of his neck, the boils are starting to explode and everything, and next thing you know, the stomach just explodes and out comes the intestines.
And
you get the intestines with the blood and the guts, and you get the pus that's exploding from the neck mixed in with that, and it really turns into a real gooey sort of mixture, and it was really vile too. I loved it. That part was great.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess I kind of know what you mean. Like, there was some bits in here where I thought, like, it was a close up of the face. It was that, like, I think it was one the opening scene, the guy who was injected. Like, you can almost kind of tell because the way that the head is framed and stuff like that. I agree. It didn't look amazing, but I thought it looked convincing enough for me. But yeah, I think overall, like, the prosthetics and the practical effects, by and large, was done really well. And I hear you saying about the different types, like the different way it manifests. But it also makes sense to me that it would start with the throat because it's going down. Well, I guess actually no, it's not like they didn't all drink it because it was all like they got shot up or it was a gas or something. So yeah, I guess you're right. Like it didn't hit them all in the same way. So I guess
in the original film, it was all drank. So if that was the case, all their necks would explode, and that wasn't the case here.
Yep. No. All right. Well, yeah, I hear you on that. All right. So let's talk about. We talked about the crew. I really liked. I thought all the characters were pretty likable. I mean, I liked Alex, played by Donna Cormack Thompson. I thought she was awesome. Chef, played by Joe Vaz. I liked his character as well.
He was a hoot.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. I don't remember the other characters. Was it Wars and Pap? I think were those the two
Crackhead brothers.
Yeah, yeah. And then of course, 2-Bit, played by Gary Green, aka Fried Barry. But I thought for sure, I was thinking, you know what? Like, I'm gonna love Gary Green's character because from Fried Barry, he just was so fucking great in that. I just was like thinking he's just going to be such a cool character. And to me, I was surprised he didn't steal the show because other people like went up to his level, and I think that he was such a unique character, and he also had the sort of the other added effect of having Sokol, that I thought like this guy is going to be the most memorable fucking character in this whole fucking thing, but I don't think he overshadowed everyone else because everyone else was really good.
No, but I mean he's a fucking character though.
No doubt.
I love the fact that the dude. How old is this cat? Because he is cut like a motherfucker.
Gary Green.
Yeah,
he looks like he
was born in
50s.
He was born in 64.
All right, so he's 60.
60, yeah.
Damn.
He just turned 60. He looks great.
And I love that he kept his Fried Barry look. Like it's almost like an old wrestler. Like
he probably looks like that all the time.
Yeah,
like, and I forgot. I'm like, oh shit. But yeah, so you throw up a kind of post-apocalyptic. You got a fucking totalitarian government hating the homeless. You got a fucking injection that melts people. And then throw in Fried Barry with a fucking like the Great Gazoo from the Flintstones. Like this character, what's his name? That's not Socko. It's Slotto or something. What's his name?
Sokol.
Like am I wrong? Am I getting too ahead of myself? Do we put him up with like Cheddar Goblin and the fucking box troll from that other fucking movie? Is he in that tier?
I think, you know what? Like a super group would be Sokol, that fucking box troll, and the Cheddar Goblin.
Right.
That's a fucking team.
I'm surprised.
That'd be the King's X of horror.
Nobody's bringing up Frankie Frico.
I mean,
I think he's below. I think this character is below Frankie Frico in terms of.
Hard disagree.
In terms of structure.
I think
because he is a rather static puppet.
Yeah, I think just for me, I was talking about sort of like more tertiary characters, like Frankie Frico. The movie's named after him. I was talking about like Cheddar Goblin, Sokol, and what was the other one? The box troll from. Holy shit!
Oh my god!
Ominous.
Such a long title, I forgot it. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Holy
Onyx,
the Fortuitous, and the Talisman of Souls. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That fucking movie, man. Yeah.
I'm gonna take a big old shit.
I'm gonna take a big old shit.
But yeah, I mean, I liked Sokol because I mean, the very first time you see him.
He's just fucking swearing and yeah.
I got the biggest kick out of him.
He's like, I'm fucking horny, or something like that. It was like one of the first things he said, I think.
Yeah, I'm not real. He pisses on his leg.
Yeah. It's like purple and some shit.
I guess that he is like the inner voice of 2-Bit in, manifested in.
He's like an invisible
physical
friend.
form.
Yeah.
But we let no, that changes.
Well, he's not. Yeah, you're right. He's not an invisible friend. He seems like it, but
he becomes more like Meathead from fucking Meatballs.
Meathead or Mr. Snuffleupagus.
Meathead.
Or fucking Mac and Me.
Yeah,
fucking
Mac and Me. That fucking scene.
and
concepts. Yeah.
Chef, I got a big kick out of Chef. He really lets his Jewish flag fly. Doesn't
not
he?
a stereotype at all.
I loved him. I thought he was fantastic.
He's great.
He was so fucking good. I mean,
can I say this? The way he broke down, I love that running gag where he broke down like Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah.
Hook is the what do you say? Hook is the like hero or something.
Yeah,
hero,
yeah.
And that Peter Pan was a pedo, and he would kill off the Lost Boys when they were too old. Like you're like, oh shit, and then like, oh, Geppetto want to make a real boy. What the fuck's that about? You know? And they even do the callback with the fucking stormtroopers too. The line about, well, the good guys always win, so we must be the good guys. I love that little fucking little like commentary. Like,
yeah, that's almost a level of like Kevin Smith style type of banter.
Kinda, right? Like, yeah,
it got close. It got close. Not quite, but close.
Yeah.
Close. You know, he was on. You know, Kruger was on the right track with discussions like that.
Yeah.
To be in the same discussion as Tarantino and Smith.
Yeah, for sure.
When it comes to things like that, he was getting really, really close. He brought up another one as well. I can't remember the name of it. What he brought up. Oh, damn it. He mentioned something else. Chef mentioned something else. And I can't remember who it was he was referring to about how they're the bad guy. And
I forget too. Yeah, he had such a unique perspective. Like, I really liked that character. And that's why that's what makes a great team, right? Is like all the different dynamics. Like you have 2-Bit, who is like, you know, this fucking like loose cannon, right? Like you don't really know what the fuck is going on with him or who he is or what he's going to do.
Right.
And
like,
he barely talks himself.
You know, like, and they had like, regardless if they're homeless or junkies or they do tricks, they also were aware of the culture and they were friends. You know, they really seemed like friends. Like, even like when they saved Alex, it didn't get into like, you know, rapey territory. You know what I mean?
Right.
I
really could have. You know, when
you think it would, because I was expecting it.
Right?
Yeah, you talking about that scene when he was like trying to guess like her like backstory. He's like, oh, you know, you don't trust people and blah blah, like that kind of. Is that what you were talking about?
Well, I meant even like when the Isaac when the Duke of New York shows up and they're beating her up. They are beating her, but they're not trying to, you know, assault her. I know it's a fucking neither's good. But even when Ronald gives up the battery to save her, it doesn't become like, oh, we're gonna keep this girl. You know, it didn't cross that realm, and it didn't have to, because it was dark enough without that.
And she blended in with the rest of the group really easily too, which I liked. I mean, because you wanted to have that female dynamic in with the rest of the male crew, and she blended in really well. I mean, her humor was on point. The way she handled herself was on point to join along with the rest of the crew. I mean, she didn't feel like an outcast. She was immediately accepted into the group, and these guys, you know, 6 of them, are just trying to figure this shit out and try and overthrow the mayor, who I wish we got more of.
Oh, for sure.
Because we got a lot of the good guys, but we didn't. I don't feel like we got enough of the bad guys.
Did anybody think he had a Steven Regal vibe?
I mean, I guess I could see that. I didn't think it, but
I didn't think it. No.
When he had the longish hair a little bit, like, he just seemed like he could be like. Oh.
But I'll tell you something else. That pencil thin, skinny dude that never spoke, that was next to him the entire time in the film. That guy was freaking me out.
Yeah.
That guy was totally free. Do you see him, how thin and gaunt he looked? I mean, he didn't look well at all.
I thought it was pretty cool.
But I kind of wish there was more of the bad guys involved in this, a little bit more. I feel like we got enough of the good guys to establish, you know, that they're going to get along, that they have a mission to accomplish in trying to overthrow the mayor, who wants to overthrow them. But I kind of wish we got more of the mayor, because he was just a bastard.
Yeah,
but
I actually
good guys.
I actually agree. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of the sort of villains,
like the world they like before they do their press thing. But I do love when, like, again, Wolfie said, a crew, and everyone joined together, and they're just a crew. You know, again, similar to how like we all met, like one night at Denny's. I guess we're friends now. Or someone leaves a voicemail, or look at the fucking, Patreon, as low as $2 a month, and the tiers get higher for other access. But what I'm saying, like, you just know your tribe, and I love when people we're down now, and we're gonna fucking roll, and we're gonna fucking have each other's back. I don't care if someone's sleeping under a fucking pile of fucking clothes or crackheads.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that guy dressed up like a pile of garbage.
Yeah,
That was
camouflage.
Funny. Yeah.
He was dope.
That was great. That was great. But this film is like I said before, it's a very dark film. A lot of scenes take place during the night. So I guess that was what was Kruger was. That's what I think he was going for.
Yeah, it could have been on purpose to be sort of a counterpoint to the original.
Probably. That's probably it. And also that the high technicolor goo that comes out of everybody just pops a little more. So that's also probably it. And another thing again, this is a critique, and I'm going to compare it to the original Street Trash, is the fact that while these guys, they played their roles well, I'm talking about the good guys. That's all I'm going to call them, the good guys. But they played the roles well, and and they kind of looked the part. But the bums in the original Street Trash look a whole lot more authentic.
Yeah, it could be a cultural thing too. Maybe they're just trying to. Maybe that sounds silly. Like maybe but that's. I get what you're saying, but maybe they're trying. Plus, it takes place in the future, 2050. So maybe they're just trying to show that these people aren't too far removed from like middle class. But the rich have sort of priced them out.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Yeah, and maybe middle class or low class means something different in the future,
or in Cape Town,
than it does now. So, I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
And it could be. I'm not sure either.
I just think in the original they look a whole lot more authentic, because here they look a little bit too clean. The hair's a little mussed up, maybe a little dirt on the cheeks, a little bit of sweat here and there, some tattered clothes or whatever. But I just didn't get that authentic feel like the original film did. But I mean, I could see your side of it too.
Yeah, I mean.
So
I think a lot of the decisions were purposeful, in terms of trying to kind of create his own version of it and not using like everything from the original. Because I do think I think that's probably why a lot of the scenes are dark, because or at night rather. Because you're right, like Street Trash, a lot of it takes place during the day. At least what I recall of it. It's been a while, but I remember a lot of it being in the day.
Yeah.
So. It could be that was actually a conscious decision of like, okay, well, they shot this a lot during the day. I'm going to shoot mine during night, So it could be. Yeah. One other thing I want to bring up, just so we don't forget, is I really love the score. I thought the score was perfect for this. A little bit of a kind of high energy, like synthy, score. I thought it was just really well done and added a lot to the actual film.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I did like the score myself. I like how the opening scene to this film kind of mimics the opening scene to the original film. There's a big chase scene at the very beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, as well as a big body explosion. You got the bum drinking the Tenafly, and there's a couple of other areas in which it mimics from the original film, which I appreciate. It was those were fun to see. But that opening scene, the big chase scene at the beginning, was like, oh yeah, this is how you start a Street Trash film, with a big chase scene.
Oh, that was up there with that opening scene in Casino Royale. Except this movie had a erection-inducing drug that when threw in the face of Officer Maggot, I believe his name was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which gives you a 12-hour erection. And I know it's a pity this came out after Cocktober, but if we do Cocktober next year, this movie,
Yeah.
we saw a fully erect penis
Yep.
get cut in half
Oh, yeah.
by being slammed in a
In a
metal
door.
door.
Hey, that's not the only penis we got to see in this film.
It's true.
No, there was that random naked dude running across the street for no fucking reason.
Yep. Well, that was also taken out of, I believe. Let me see. I'm trying to think. Yes. No. There is a naked dude in Street Trash during the original the chase scene in the original film. There's a guy who's running down the stairs, balls hanging out and everything. Funny as hell.
This dude's cock was cut in half, and everyone's yelling, he's like, shut up.
Yeah.
Fucking,
yeah.
Dick
That
is
was-
fucking.
Yeah, that was actually kind of. I mean, I expected something like that in this movie, but that was kind of shocking when it happens because you didn't. It just kind of like it kind of came out of nowhere, I guess, in a way. Like it just wasn't like telegraphed, I guess.
Yeah.
But that was well done. I was kind of hoping someone would have grabbed it and played catch with it, just to,
or dogs.
just to
something
call
kind of would,
call
like, come
back,
over.
call back to the original. But it's still good. Oh man, what else, MZ? Anything else that really stood out to you?
Gunplay.
Gunplay. Yeah.
There was a shit ton of gunplay in this film. I was not expecting that. But then again, I guess in the future everybody has a gun. So, but it was that. I mean, the action sequences here are really well done. I mean, they were really well directed. I mean, I was really surprised at how good this looked. Big chase scene through the town of Cape Town, and guns blazing, and the action was kept up at a steady pace. It was edited very well, and I was really I was excited to see this part of it because it was like, okay, we're going to be getting to the end here, and I'm looking forward to seeing just what's going to happen, and when you finally get to the main boss, what's going to happen then. So I don't know. How did you guys feel about the loss of life?
How do you mean
that was that the good guys had?
Meaning, there wasn't much. Is that what you mean? Okay, yeah.
Because usually that's something that's kind of left like maybe, one, maybe two survivors.
So I loved it. Here's why. Again, it goes back to just a lot of times in horror movies, the characters are just there to be a body count. You had so many examples of gore in this movie, and we lost some of our team. Not everybody makes it out, but I like that. Like, as the movie progressed, there's a point in the film where it changes, where I would say the last 30 minutes, where for me, it gets kind of Escape from New York in certain ways, maybe a little bit of They Live, where it changes. And I like the fact that you cared about the characters and you were worried about them. And having the feeling that, okay, everyone's gonna die still worked. And you still got by killing off the entire team, you didn't need that because you had other ways to show gore and violence. So it didn't have to just be check the boxes like Alien Resurrection. I love your Ripley, right? You have that super dope team of like the pirates led by the guy from the fucking Crow and Ron Perlman. Or you kill off all the fucking badasses so it makes it more of a threat for our heroes. No, but our heroes still had the threat and we still had the gore, but it wasn't a fucking sad fucking movie at the end. So I guess I was okay with everybody not dying. You know what I mean? Because those that died still had the impact because you fucking cared about them.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's the difference is that that you actually did care about some of these characters because they did a good job of building up the interplay between them and yeah, I just thought they did a really nice job with that. So you did actually care, whereas typically in most horror films, it's just sort of like they use like stereotypes and there's not much character interaction.
Right.
So yeah, I think in a way, I mean, I see what you're saying, MZ, like usually there is more of a sort of like the mortality rate isn't quite as high.
Yeah.
And that's never necessarily a bad thing in a horror film, but I think when you actually make the effort to make the characters likable, and I think that it is difficult to kill them off. And we did get one main character that got killed off. That was a tough one, I thought. I'm trying to avoid saying names just in case people haven't seen it. But I thought there was
I know who you're talking about.
One character that I was actually shocked by when that happened.
Right.
And I love the way they did it. Sorry, MC. I love how they kind of like peppered that with other scenes. Like,
yeah,
you sure you want to do that?
Yeah.
It could be a trap. And your luck eventually runs out. It's like Chekhov's trap.
Flim Flam's trap.
Chekhov's gambit.
All right. Anything else you guys want to bring up?
So much. So fucking much. Fucking. All right. Can I shoot for a minute? Can I fucking shoot for a minute?
Shoot from the hip.
This is. I don't know. Maybe I'll shoot for the end when we Q bust. But like, I don't know. I could talk about this movie a lot more. Maybe I will save for Buster, but like, all right. So, did this movie wear its influences on its sleeve? Do you guys think? Do you folks think?
Oh, sure.
Well, I mean, the main influence was the original film.
Oh, fair. 100%. But I mean, separate from that, like, did you not see like maybe other like? I definitely got an Escape from New York feel towards the end. I love.
I mean, I guess I can see that, but I didn't get that while watching it.
I mean, especially with the character who had the Duke of New York jacket on, right? The black. Oh my gosh, the Rat King. We haven't talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
And a girl. I wasn't a woman. Wasn't the Rat King a woman?
Yeah.
And her little Humpty Dumpty Doo, her little Channing Tatum gimp, fucking, because that was not a fucking terrifying scene at all.
Yeah.
It's some great world building. I don't know. I thought there was so much of this movie that was deeper than the gore. And Ollie just wants more and more fucking tofurkey. So I'm gonna try to. I'll let you talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I mean, you can't deny them,
Yeah, I mean, there was some visual humor that I got a kick out of. Like the news station that was reporting what was going on with the mayor taking care of the homeless. Instead of CNN, it was RKNN.
yeah.
For Ryan Kruger.
Yeah.
I got a kick out of that. And the Tenafly Viper bottle, where some guy's drinking the Tenafly Viper. Apparently it survived another 50 years or whatever. And also this is one scene where and I guess it's really the only way you could do it, but it's this kind of editing that I get a kick out of, or not so much editing, but this kind of framing that I get a kick out of, where somebody loses legs.
Oh yeah.
There's one character that loses his legs, and because of it, the camera's just like the frame is just chopped off right at his legs, so you don't see the rest of his legs past the frame. Those are little I don't want to say camera tricks. It's not a camera trick, but just those little type of framing situations that kind of gives, not only like some cheap humor that I get a kick out of. I don't know. I got a kick out of it, but yeah, it just calls back to an earlier time when when you had to make somebody look like they lost their legs by just not filming below their waist,
Yeah.
So, it was just like a nice callback to earlier times. I got a kick out of it.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Can we talk about the three fucking, I'm going to say it wrong, the three Wilhelm scream?
Oh, Wilhelm.
Yes.
Oh,
The
yeah,
Wilhelm
yeah.
screams.
There
Yes,
was-
I caught those too. Yeah.
Was there only 3? Because it seemed like it was maybe more.
You got I popped for the one, and I'm like, oh, they're doing it again. Oh, shit, the hat trick.
Yeah. Any movie that uses the Wilhelm scream gets points in my book.
100%.
I don't care what the movie is.
And they use the titular line.
This really checked all the boxes for you.
Dude, when we get to fucking box checking time, bro, you don't even fucking know.
Did anyone smoke in it? I'm trying to remember. Because that really would have put it over the top.
Yeah.
Did they? I'm not sure.
As he fucking coughs. Lay one up. Lay one up now.
Yeah. Light up another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smoke another.
Trying to think. There's so much to talk about with this movie.
How about the drug dealer being named Society?
Yeah. That character is fucking awesome, right? Like,
dope.
You know what I thought at first? I feel like they set that character up. Like, he had such a
yeah,
like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like
push, like
a push. Yeah,
Darth Maul.
Well, I'm thinking of like a he was set up as like an important character. Like, there's something about him when he appears on screen, and he, like, I was just thinking, I was like, was that guy in the original Street Trash? Like, that's what I thought. I was like, it was he wasn't. I looked it up, but it was like, it just seemed like it was an important character, and they were like, purposely like focusing on him, because he was like framed in the middle of most of his shots, I think, if I recall correctly. And he just seemed like an important character. And obviously he kind of was, we see later on. But, I was thinking that maybe he was someone from the original film or something.
And I think, to your point, Wolfie, I wonder if budget constraints or story like limited his final role. Because I wonder if he was going to get a bigger push. Like, I like that he was like, "You're not ready for this. You're not ready for this."
Yeah.
And in my mind, I thought it was the drug that was killing people.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think where it went, and that will also move forward to some more box checking for me.
Yeah, he just seemed like I don't know, like it was like a
red herring.
No, not red herring. I can't. The word is just eluding me, but like almost like a cameo by somebody, and they're like trying to bring attention to it.
Okay, yeah, kind of like not like Bill Murray and Goat. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but like a nod to the original, like a nod to like, hey.
That's what I thought at first. Apparently, he was actually in Fried Barry too. I'm looking at his. He played a character named Daddy. There you go, Raven Shadow. Maybe you were talking to him earlier.
Actually, you remind me of the priest from Poltergeist 2.
Poltergeist 2. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember what the priest looks like. Not the old fucking scary guy, right?
The old scary guy.
No, I don't know about that.
The guy with teeth.
Holy shit! This dude was in American Ninja 2: The Confrontation.
I fucking love that movie.
The dude, I know you do. The dude who played Society was in that fucking movie.
Nice.
Fucking masterpiece too. I fucking
Yeah.
love the
Now,
American
secretly, I was
franchise.
kind of hoping that there would be a cameo from anybody from the first film in this,
Yeah.
like James Lorenz.
Yeah, it would have been a nice one.
He survived, and he was the Don at the end of the first film.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
a scene. That was a scene. Right.
Or Mike Lackey's character, who I'm friends with on Facebook for a number of years now, as well as James Lorenz. I was hoping that maybe Mike Lackey could have made a cameo in this. I was kind of hoping that there would be, but no such luck. And if they are in there, I didn't see it. So
Yeah, I was looking to see if our boy here was in any other movies, but no, nothing that we would have seen. Jonathan Pienaar. But anyways, I love that. I loved his role of Society. I thought he was fucking great.
And they had the girls, and he's in like, I got to keep appearances. I
Yeah,
just loved
yeah.
everything about that character. I loved the little. It reminded me of some Chuck Palahniuk novels about working support groups for things. I love the sexual deviancy.
Yeah.
Sex Anonymous
Yeah.
or Sex Addis. I'm not gay, but $50 is $50, and then parlay that to the fucking Narcotics Anonymous.
Yeah, it was funny. The scene where he's going to the different whatever anonymous help groups, and he had didn't he have like a bet or something like that, like how many people he could get with or something.
Right. right. And fearless performance. But I like. Say, if you took out all the fucking street trash, body melting, body horror shit, this was still a compelling film and a compelling world. Like without that,
yeah.
And I think that's a fucking rarity in horror films where people are complaining about we want characters, we want subplots, we want substance. This movie fucking has it, and it's called fucking street trash. Right? Like,
yes, that is a fact. You're right.
Thank you.
All right, you guys got anything else before we head to the verdict?
No, I'm ready.
Rave Chow, you ready?
Yeah, man. I guess.
I mean, if you want to talk more, just fucking say shit.
No, I'll cue Buster, but I got my gimmicks flowing. I'm just up, dude. You know what I mean?
Gimmicks.
Trick or treat, baby. I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Talking about the gimmicks.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right, it is verdict time. We're going to let you know whether Street Trash was a trick or a treat, and any final thoughts. Let's start with MZ.
The homages to the original are there. This is a fine sequel. It's not perfect. It does have its problems. I do find some problems with this film, mostly aesthetically. The score was good. It looks great. The use of 35 millimeter film, excellent. And I just wish more goddamn directors would do this. The effects are well done, not perfect, but well done. I think the performances are great. I think the camaraderie between everybody that's involved on the good side is legit. It looks, they look like a crew of people that know how the other one thinks. I do wish we got more of the bad guys, though. We did. I feel like we didn't get enough of that. This is a worthy sequel. I will give it that. Especially that it takes place in South Africa, so it's a fresh location that very rarely gets touched in the world of horror cinema. So this is a fresh take on an American property, But I think what Ryan Coogler here did was well done. You know, it's not excellent. It's very good. Not excellent though. But I will say, you know, if you're going to watch one horror film from South Africa, make it street trash. So I'm going to give this a treat.
All right, Michael Raven Shadow.
I mean, yeah, let's talk about those boxes, right? And first, before that, I was fascinated to hear MZ's opinion because I know his love for the original. Being a first timer, boxes were checked. Give me a crew of characters that I want to hang out with. Check. Give me a fucking live action erection fucking cut off in a fucking door. Check. Give me fucking drugs that give somebody superpowers. Shades of Steve Rogers meets Big Trouble in Little China. Check. A fantastic demon. Characters that I want to have action figures of. Check. Top 13. Straight up shoot for me.
Wow.
I love so much shot on film, great gore. And listen, I don't care if the gore is fucking neon green, neon pink, neon red. I don't want any of it coming out of my fucking body. You know what I mean? I just loved how this fucking transitioned. I was along for the ride, for the jump. This movie is way smarter. It's saying way much more than it has any right to in a gory body. And I'm scared the fuck out of 2025. So this is a straight up treat for me, dude. Love this fucking movie. Loved it.
Wow, that's awesome. For me, also a treat. Yeah, I mean, you guys said most of what I wanted to say, but I mean, I know MZ gives me shit for giving every film so far this year a treat. I guess I didn't even know that, but if you shoot on 35 millimeter, chances are you're going to get a treat. Like no matter what you do with your film. So at a bare minimum, like if that was all that Ryan Kruger did, treat. But no, but he went ahead and made a really good updated version of Street Trash. And it's got some really great body melting. It's got great characters. I would actually say I mean, from what I remember of the original, I remember it having some pretty memorable characters, but I think these characters are more likable. Overall, like you know, I'd have to rewatch the original again just to be certain, but I think that Ryan Kruger does a great job of making these characters likable and makes you care about them. And
like you didn't want any character to die. Like so many movies, you're like, I can't wait till that fucking jock fuck dies, you know, or so and so. Like you didn't want anyone to die that wasn't a politician or a fucking shitty cop.
So yeah, I think this just has a lot going for it. And as far as horror goes, like this is anyone who's a fucking gorehound or, you know, a fan of classic horror, or even if you're not, I think this is definitely worth a watch. It also, I want to mention it's going to be coming to Screenbox. I think it's December 19th. So if you guys don't want to do the VOD thing, you just wait a few weeks and it'll be hitting Screenbox. You can get a subscription for that pretty cheap, definitely less than you would pay to rent it, I think. And they may still have some trials available. So if you're on the fence and you want to wait for Screenbox, it'll be coming out in a few weeks. I think it's December 19th. But yeah, I mean, I think Ryan Kruger, what he does is he takes what he did with Fried Barry, which was a very low budget film with some really interesting elements, and just pushes it forward a little bit more with this. I feel like he takes, like we had mentioned Street Trash when we talked about that movie. Like we said, this is reminiscent of Street Trash, you know, like we absolutely were talking about that. And then we found out, I think not long ago, or not long after we talked about that he was going to be doing the Street Trash film. And we were like, well, fuck, that makes perfect sense. So yeah, I think that he was the perfect director to do this, and he did a really fucking bang up job. And it's fun. It you care about the characters. It gives you high fucking like it's a melt movie. I mean, lots of body parts are melting, skin is melting, faces are being pulled off, like boils are exploding, there's vomit. It's a gross fucking gore movie. But it also has a heart to it, and it also has a message. So like you can't find too many movies like that out there. Like I challenge you to find others, and it's going to be difficult. So I think Ryan Coogler really knocked it out of the park. I think it's a lot of fun. And yeah, I mean, there's some great characters and some great performances. And holy shit, Gary Green as Two-Bit and fucking Sokol, man. Sokol. I still am surprised we haven't talked more about Sokol.
When fucking Ronald fucking finally saw Sokol?
Yeah.
The fucking justification moment of that?
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys... Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I just got a little excited here.
Yeah, please
Did you watch the post-credits sequence?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I popped. And yeah, to MZ's point, fucking watch the fucking post-credit scene. And what did he point to? Oh, trilogy, bro. Trilogy, dog.
Trilogy.
Trilogy, bro.
I mean, maybe. I mean, he was the fucking dude to do this, so maybe he's the dude to do the another one. All right. Well, that is going to wrap up our discussion of Street Trash. You guys should check it out. As I said, it is on VOD currently, and it will be streaming on Screambox in just a few weeks. So give it a look and check it out. And if you guys do give it a watch, let us know what you think. Send a voice message or an email, podcast@trickortreatradio.com. Would love to hear your thoughts. Get them on the air. All right. So next week is Raven Shadow's least favorite month of the year.
Oh, what the fuck?
Even though it has your birthday in it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You don't like December double feature Cram Jam, do you?
No.
Oh, where, you big baby. Jesus.
All right. So next week, I had to call a little audible because there is one film that got released on VOD that was not necessarily a surprise, but it just sort of like knew it would be coming soon, but it hadn't been announced. But anyways, we are next week going to be talking about Terrifier 3.
Oh, shit.
It's on VOD right now. And so I actually didn't check the runtime. I know it's not quite as long as Terrifier 2, thankfully.
It's still over 2 hours.
But it is, yeah. But okay, so it's 2 hours, 5 minutes. That's still, Jesus fucking Christ. For a fucking slasher movie. So Terrifier 3 from Damien Leone. Also features Chris Jericho.
No.
I don't want
Good.
I'm struggling a lot, Wolfie. I'm fucking struggling a lot.
Actually, I won't name some of the other cameos because I think they might be good surprises if you guys don't know. So I won't.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so I won't.
So.
Yeah, don't say.
Okay, I won't say then. So yeah, so we're going to be doing that, and the other one we're going to do. I tried to do something a little. Hopefully, this is a good counterpoint to it because, Terrifier films are very nihilistic and there's like it's just fucking mean spirited.
We believe in nothing, Lebowski.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to add in a horror comedy from the directors of the movies New Kids Turbo and New Kids Nitro. It's funny, we almost did those movies on the show when they came out years ago, like 2015, I think it was. And for whatever reason, we didn't end up doing them. But Anyways, from the directors of those films, if you're familiar, and the film stars. Let me go through the stars here: Nick Frost, Alicia Silverstone. I know this guy. I've seen him in things, but I can't think offhand what he's been in. Oh, okay. His name is Jan Beauvois, I believe is how you pronounce that. And the movie that we would recognize him from was, let me just make sure I remember the name correctly. Borgman. Do you guys remember Borgman from 2013? It was that guy with the beard and the long hair, and he was like a succubus, and he would like sit on people's chests or something. Like,
he looked kind of like Fried Barry, didn't he?
Well, not necessarily, but it's that guy, the guy who played Borgman.
Borgman, come together with my hands, save me.
He's in this, and he was also in Peaky Blinders. I think you saw that, didn't you, Raven Shadow?
It's on my queue.
Oh, okay, never mind. So the name of the film is Crazy House with a K. Crazy with a K. Crazy House. Get this. It synopsis. Set in the 1990s, Crazy House follows religious homemaker Bernie and his sitcom family. When Russian workers in Bernie's house turn out to be wanted criminals, Bernie has to man up and save his imprisoned family while slowly going crazy.
Treat.
So I just thought it might be a good counterpoint to Terrifier 3. We'll find out.
The experts with John Travolta and
Holy shit! I haven't thought about that movie in a while.
Right, that was dope. Kelly Preston.
Yeah. So that's it. So there's a lot of movies still to include in this year. So we have, I think, 5. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's only 4 actually. Okay, I thought there might have been 5 Thursdays in December, but there's only 4. So you get off light, Raven Shadow. So we only have 8 more. We only have 8 more movies to get in before the end of the year, and we got our next 2: Terrifier 3 and Crazy House. Oh, Corny says I watched Crazy House a month ago.
Oh, look at you, extra credit.
I was going to ask Corny what he thought, but maybe he'll send in a voice message. So there you go. You guys looking forward to December double feature Cram Jam?
Of course. Just pretend you're watching one long movie. Pretend you're watching an Avengers movie.
No, because then if it's one movie, then he'll start it Thursday at 6 p.m. and he'll be like, "Shit, I can't finish it. It's really long." So Raven Chow, I think the best way to do this, and this is just from me to you, watch one over the weekend, and then watch the shortest one when you normally would watch it.
And that's fair, Wolfie. I do defer to Wolfie. You know what I mean? Wolfie talked me off a fucking ledge, peeled back the curtain recently. And he knew. He just knows that, like, let Raven Shadow lose his shit for a little bit, and then he fucking tossed me down, and then everything's fine. But tomorrow is Black Friday. I mean, is Terrifier available? Black Friday! We were going to watch...
Yeah, it's available now on VOD.
Okay, well, maybe we'll do that, because Marion's coming over. We were going to... neither of us have seen Raging Bull, so we're actually going to watch that tomorrow.
Okay.
And I wanted to show her Series 7, The Contenders. You guys remember that picture?
Yeah, I know you like that.
Yeah, so I want to show her that. So maybe we'll do Terrifier Choice or 3.
I meant to say earlier about Street Trash, like, because I think you had mentioned something about a Raven Shadow. Is this like a new Thanksgiving tradition for you? You're going to watch Street Trash every Thanksgiving now?
I think so. Yeah, no, it was great. No, we ate dinner and I watched people melting before we had our apple pie. And that's fun.
Well, you got to see the original.
Yeah.
I will see the original. I will.
Okay.
But like, if this is what did this director do besides Fried Barry?
I mean, that's the only thing we've seen of his. Other than that, I think he's done a lot of shorts. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, there's 35 credits to his name, but he's done a lot of shorts.
But this is how you do it. This is how you do, if you want to call it a legacy sequel. And I'm glad he called it a sequel, because most legacy sequels have sucked fucking balls, especially in the comedy genre. And if Timo can do his reimagining of Train to New York, like Train to Busan, that gives me confidence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This kind of this mentality of tackling a project. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So Ryan Kruger did a lot of, he actually did some music videos early in his career. He did a bunch of shorts. And I think his first feature was Fried Barry. So that was his first one.
Wow.
And then he did, what is this? Dean of the Dead Presents Holiday Horrors. So it looks like he did an anthology. Yeah, a horror anthology featuring 8 grisly tales brought to you by the horror host with the most, Dean of the Dead, a modern take on classics such as Tales from the Crypt, Creepshow, Goosebumps, Body Bags, and Are You Afraid of the Dark? So he did a short
Nice
on
body
that.
bag pull. What do you guys think about 2-Bit having a dick tattooed on his body? That was fucking weird.
Oh, I love that scene. Actually, now that you mentioned that, where he talks about his tattoos, like the
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
was it like, and that's my cat. I can't remember what he said, but
yeah. Like my man's just got a big fucking erect dick tattooed on his body.
Ryan Kruger has another film in pre-production right now called Gums. Don't know anything about it. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about
Is
it.
it a fucking dental movie? I don't want to watch that.
Is it what?
Like a dental movie? Like about
I don't
dentist
know.
gums? I don't want that.
Let me look and see if I can find anything real quick about it. Gums.
Bleeding gums.
Yeah, I don't see. Okay, I can't find anything. Just doing a quick search. So hopefully we'll find out some more soon. But yeah, his next project is called Gums. All right, I think that's it, right? I don't think we have any voice messages. Let's see. No, nothing there. So I guess we can do, I mean, it's kind of been like a tradition, I guess, in a way, like talk about what we're thankful for, right?
Yeah.
So if you guys want to do that, feel free to say a little something. But otherwise, I think we should start saying goodbyes. Start with MZ. Oh, actually, hold on, MZ. Evil Corny said Nick Frost is a trip in Crazy House. So that's what he said. All right, go ahead, MZ.
Yeah, well, I'm thankful that this episode is almost over.
Yeah, you're thankful we finished before 11:30. Wow. That's it, huh?
That's it.
Wow.
That's all he's thankful for in the fucking world. What a fucking curmudgeon. I'm thankful I can fucking go to bed before 11:40.
I'm thankful I didn't pass out tonight on air.
All right, Raven Shadow. Come on. Lay it on us.
Well, allow me to retort. I'm thankful for you fucking assholes. And by that I mean MZ. I'm thankful for you guys. I love you guys. You know this. I'm thankful for our Patreons, literally supporters. $2 a month gets you the access and a bunch of other tiers. This is great. I'm thankful for the people that love me, the people I love, and Ollie, Mary, and my mom, you know what I mean, and all the boys in the back. So too many people to fucking list, but I'm thankful for everybody that can hear the words coming out of my mouth, and live fast, love hard, and enjoy the guilt.
Wow, I'm actually surprised you remember that 2 weeks in a row.
I remember that every day.
It's like your new mantra. Is that what you say? Like, tigers are not afraid, or whatever. What was that? Was that what it was?
I do. Fuck! I say it every fucking morning. 1, 2, 3. Evil can't touch me. I do say that when I pull into work every morning. That's legit shoot. Legit shoot, Popsky.
What's evil at work?
I so many countless things I can't possibly count them all, Wolfie.
All right.
Yeah, but no, I'm just a brother that's trying. I'm just trying to fucking. I'm just a fucking jobber, dude.
Jesus Christ, that's a hell of a gimmick, brother.
Oh, brother.
All right, that'll do it. So for me, what am I thankful for? Well, lots actually, and it's always the same shit. Like I'm thankful for you guys as well. Like it's crazy that 12 years. Really? Is it
12 years the show, and like even like MC
well,
posted on
sure.
Facebook.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We're clocking the 27, 28 year, dog.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I've known MZ for 32 years now, I think. 31?
Yeah,
31.
About that, yeah.
Oh, no. Sorry. 33. 33. That's what I meant.
33.
I did some wrong math.
34.
It probably was more like 34, but we didn't become like more friendly until like 91, I believe. So
No. We knew each other in 91.
Yeah, but I mean, we started hanging out. I think we started to like talk more in 91, like talked horror and other stuff.
Probably.
Something like that. I just remember because I used to come to your practice over your place with the band with your brother.
Yeah.
So it might have been 90. So yeah, 33, 34 years, whatever. But yeah, I mean, obviously I've known you guys forever. In the context of this show, we've been doing it for 12 plus years now. And, it's weird because it's taken a lot of twists and turns and, originally started out doing it remote and then we're all in the same place together. And like that, we'll never top that. I mean, that was the best.
Magical, right?
Yeah, right. And I think the show was by and large more. I'm not going to say better, but it was different. It was more interesting and more entertaining, probably. It just was different, and we'll say that. But yeah, I mean, but still, I think even through the pandemic, like without doing the show, like some of us might have went crazy or worse. But yeah, like it's like we have like a built-in hangout every fucking week. And there were times like before this show when there were times when I probably go months without talking to you guys at times, like that wasn't very often, but I think Raven Chat was in a different continuity. And I think probably when I moved to Boston or something, I know MZ and I didn't hang out as much, obviously, because I was living in Boston. But regardless, like we have this built-in sort of hangout every fucking week. And, sometimes I'm sure some of us don't want to fucking get on and do the show. And it's like, you know what? Like if this was any fucking Monday random, like if we just picked a night and didn't have it planned to do it live, like we probably would miss a lot of shows. We'd be like, I don't feel like doing it tonight. But when you have it planned and it's like a live thing, I feel like it makes it more of a destination and more of a thing. So, I mean, it's cool. It's cool hanging out every week, even though it's not, in person. And, those times are fun, especially doing like the film commentaries like we did, that shit was great. So yeah, but I appreciate the camaraderie, the friendship, and just the hang time, so I'm very thankful for that. Obviously the listeners and Patreon supporters, because we would still probably do this to some degree if there was only a handful of people listening. But we have a pretty good amount of listeners. It's dwindled over the years because that's just what happens with podcasting. As more options are out there, people find different shows that they identify with or that they're drawn towards. So I totally get it. But we still have a good listener base, good followers, and friends and supporters, and we appreciate you guys. And aside from the show, I'll make this quick, MZ. He's like, I can see him fucking glossing over, like, it's going to be fucking 11:30, you son of a bitch. You said we're ending.
Time to go to bed. MZ goes to bed now.
But, as I've been through a lot with you guys, being down here in fucking Maryland away from, like, anyone. I don't know anyone down here. Aside from, like, coworkers that I wouldn't hang out with. Not that they're not cool, but I just, just wouldn't hang out with them, And so, and Tanya and I have been through a lot down here, and I would be fucking completely lost without her. And also for Ozzy, especially after going through some rough stuff in the last few weeks, I'm just so thankful that he is doing well, and he is so fucking energetic still. And it's those I'm very thankful for them. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what I'd be without them right now. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. It's just, it doesn't mean anything to me. It's just a holiday that I did as a kid and never knew why. And now that I know why, it's like, yeah, I don't feel like celebrating that. So we just had waffles today. That's what we did. And, we're making a big fucking vegan meal tomorrow, or Saturday, I mean, actually.
We didn't talk about the vegan references in this movie.
Oh,
too.
yeah, there was a few.
References.
I feel like it was poking fun at vegans, but that's okay.
No, I think it was showing love. It was showing love.
All right, well, that's going to do it. Next week, Terrifier 3 and Crazy House. That's crazy with a K. So we'll do those films next week for December double feature Cram Jam. So everyone have a safe rest of your holiday weekend or whatever, and we'll see you next week.